And yeah, you can go ahead with your recap.
Last time we started in the basement of the Sinclair's manor as Pavel began the ritual to undo the evilness upon that place. His eyes turned to pools of midnight, and Earson the Squirrel Earl transformed into something new we hadn't seen before. But let's see. So Pavel basically kind of fell into this like other world where Hirsum and the Fae Queen Mab were battling against each other, while the rest of us were in the basement as the hordes of undead started to come upon us. But Hirsum kind of protected himself and Pavel with like brambles and thorns around them, so that as the rest of us were all outside of that. It was a really good fight. Probably the more interesting part was inside of Pavel's mind, where Mab offered some information to Pavel, a very tempting offer. But eventually, I think Pavel sided with Hirsum, and they were able to defeat Mab and came back to the room. The rest of us we're fighting against again the undeads. The Sinclair's coming back, but eventually the glyph cracked as the ritual completed. Vin attacked Hirsum out of some confusion at the end, but became charmed, and we defused the situation. We collected some amulets, including a cane sword. I think Vin has it. And we put out the fire before it spread too far and burned out the manor. That's
just yeah, I have a quick amendment right there, which was before the fires got put out. Eudora made a insight check against Pavel, who was looking at the fires, and I just want to add, Eudora, you got kind of a mix of emotions from Pavel. It was fear, but it was fear mixed with frustration.
Great, thank you.
Awesome.
And then you all decided, after you put up the fire, you decided to go upstairs to sneakily. You were sneaking around.
Oh, we were so sneaky. No one noticed us at all.
Yep. For sure.
No.
Where did you want to pick up from here, Pavel? Did you want to, as you were escaping, or right here in the library?
I think... Yeah, I mean...
Oh, you got cut off there.
Hello?
Oh, I hear you now. No. Say it again.
Oh, hello? Yeah.
Yeah, you sound good now.
Sorry.
Yeah.
So I believe that... Okay, I believe that the party was aware that like the Sinclairs were outside. They heard them talking, and so they made the move to just go out a window of the library. And I don't have any problem with that so far. Okay. It's when we get out of the house of the mansion, and when it becomes apparent that the Sinclairs have seen us and they're looking at us and they're not attacking us. That's when Pavel would do something a little bit different, which is that he wants to approach and talk to the Sinclairs.
Okay, so we'll put you guys where you were hiding along the bushes here. And you thought you were being very stealthy, but you were not. You fell out of the window and stumbled across the lawn. And the Sinclairs walked outside. And they ask you, they notice that you're here, and they ask, "What are you doing?"
I still do my thing where I'm holding a bow.
Yeah. The rest of us have all like paused and are in that moment where we stopped.
Yeah.
He holds up his arms like, "I'm not a threat." to the bow and just says, you can leave if you'd like.
It's at this point where Pavel is just going to kind of like look around and then start to walk up to the Sinclairs. I guess come around the hedge and then walk up to the Sinclairs.
You see the three in front, which are the eldest, have a bit of a defensive stance, and the two girls hide behind their mother, like peeking out around her. And Julius steps forward as well to greet you. His arms are still up, wary of Eudora. Just like, that's close enough, I think.
Are you all going to be okay? Do you need anything?
He looks confused by this kindness, and it tries to make an insight check against you. You can use persuasion or deception depending on if you genuinely care or not.
And as he sort of as he's just sort of standing there trying to oh, that was perception, not persuasion. There we go.
There we go. Very nice.
As Julius is just sort of there, Pavel is going to add, where do you stand now with Mab and Oberon?
He slowly puts his arms down and crosses them in front of his chest, and looks concerned, and he says, likely they'll be coming after us soon. We're gonna have to leave immediately. As soon as we figure out what you all are doing. The girls look really scared as he says
talking,
that. Yeah.
I'm looking at the girls. I'm looking at Declan and Eleonora.
Mm-hmm. Those two are kind of exchanging glances at each other, almost like they're talking to each other, but no words. They're not saying anything.
So you're just going to? I'm sorry, I might have missed it. You're just going to stay here? Are you going to be okay?
No, we're going to leave as soon as we figure out what you all are doing. I have some contacts that might be able to smuggle us out of the realm.
So then your deal with Oberon is?
He knows that I've betrayed it and the deal is off. I have no protection from Oberon or Mab.
Pavel sort of nods his head. It's like okay. I'm give me a second here. I need to do a little huddle. Excuse me. I run back over to the group.
You see their family huddles as well and has a conversation while you guys are...
Like a football game.
Yep.
So Pavel is going to sort of tell the group I feel like we're maybe responsible for these guys now, right? Like we can't just let them go. Whatever we did with the ritual, it revealed that they're it undid their agreement with Oberon. So if they leave and they go eating people again, that's on us.
But
Okay.
I mean, is it really in our power to do so? Doesn't Hersom? He's still with us, right?
He's
Mhm,
on
yeah.
Terra.
Hersom, didn't you say that your papa was gonna fix all this?
Oh, yes. I think he'll enjoy hunting them down.
Oh, is that the best solution?
I mean, it's kind of a nice
I mean,
ironic solution at the very least.
Very. Seems fitting.
look, yeah, but I mean, the girls, they're victims in all this, aren't they? And maybe Declan and Eleanor, like, I mean, sure, they're not innocent. Obviously, they're not innocent. They did horrible, evil things.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe they should atone, remediate, fix, try to bring some good. Maybe we can strike like a new deal with Oberyn, and then they'll just be here and in service, and they're not running around, and the Sealy will keep them in check, and then my conscience is clear because they're not running around killing people, and we don't, kill little girls.
Well, we wouldn't be killing the little girls.
No. And also, let's be clear, Box of Ears 1 and Box of Ears 2 are as guilty as anyone else in this matter.
Yes.
Pavel, I think they died a long time ago. Because they don't look it now, don't make them any less dead. I mean, like, I truly don't think that they're meant to be alive right now.
May I insight check Pavel on why he feels like he wants them alive? Because,
Mhm.
and I say this because Eudora insight checked him before on why he was truly upset, and he wanted gold, was the conclusion that Eudora came to. So I'd like to see if this is another situation where, like, he's thinking about a reward or something.
Oh boy.
It'll be kind of hard to decide that without maybe asking him something related to that and seeing if he's telling the truth or not.
Okay. Then Eudora will say, Pavel, why is it that you're so adamant on handling this and not letting it to the courts and King Oberon?
Pavel's like gaze starts to get kind of shifty as he like looks at Hearsome and like tries to look away without being noticed, and then like back to you, and he's just I I mean Oberyn isn't here now, right? So if he's supposed to hunt them, maybe they'll get away, and then we have to deal with it now.
I'd love to insight check that.
Yeah.
Okay. Although I think I'm at this point I'm still exhausted. So I'm at disadvantage, which is 6, so I don't think I get
Oh, I
much.
am also poisoned, so I am at disadvantage.
Mhm.
Oh,
Just barely.
Wow.
Oh man,
no.
I'm in real good numbers, guys.
I do think that Vin and Tamela both have a passive that my 7 does not beat.
Yeah.
So there's definitely more to this than what Pavel is saying. You get the sense that he's like saying this in front of Hearsome. Mainly, he's mainly trying to fool Hearsome, not you all. He doesn't want to say everything he has to say in front of Hearsome.
Well, I mean, Pavel makes a great point, you guys. I mean, he seems real genuine about this.
I mean, sure.
My response is sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I know I may look good right now, but I think several of us were like pretty badly wounded too. I mean, what is the plan here? Do you want to like tie them up and take them with us?
No, maybe.
Like,
I want.
what's the proper punishment for them? Like, what are
I
we going
think.
to wait for the argument to be?
I think. Firstly, Julius does need to be executed. I think that as long as he is leading this family, there's no good that can come from them.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to, after executing Julius, negotiate with Oberon or Hirsim maybe, or Titania, and see about striking a deal where the remaining Sinclairs persist here at their estate, serving the continuing to serve the Fae as they are not deems appropriate for them to atone for their transgressions, for their crimes, and then just invite the Seelie, have the Seelie keep an eye on them so that they don't start eating people again or do other vile things, and they can just stay here and
Hirsim frowns a
little-
bit when you mentioned them staying here. And yeah, there was a little bit.
and try to do right, and one of them's dead. The others aren't dead. We don't have to fight them.
I think executing Julius is not something I'm quite comfortable with,
Mhm.
just because I don't know, it does feel like murder of a kind of person, and somehow the idea of King Oberon hunting them seems fair in my head, like a just reward to this. I mean, maybe they will get away. Maybe and that'll be a thing. Maybe they'll die on their feet. I just the idea of executing them just seems wrong.
Right.
And
Hirsim says perhaps you could give him as a gift to Oberon. To sway your deal.
Maybe. But I think that gets to the second point more, which is, I don't know. It's the idea of, okay, we in some ways are not giving them a death sentence, but we are essentially giving them, instead of giving them one curse, we're giving them another. We're forcing them to be here for the rest of their lives.
oh, we lost
Oh no.
Timothy.
Yeah, he might be back in a second.
Okay.
Yeah,
I don't know if on my end it was a little bit bad, so I wonder if it was just
Yeah, I think there
connection
was there was some, I don't know, pauses and like breakups in his words.
Mm.
But yeah, what he's
give it a
suggesting
second.
is you guys execute Julius, you convince Oberon to leave them here and work for the Seelie, and serve out some sort of sentence here. It doesn't have to be their whole lives, I don't think he's saying, just that they have to make amends, is what he's trying to say. But yeah, he is suggesting that you execute Julius, which I think you guys are discussing.
Yes.
Yeah, we're discussing. Yep.
Mm-hmm. I'm just looking back because he did message me this plan a little bit, see if there's anything else that I missed there that he was. Another suggestion was they would still be hunters and they would hunt for the Seelie still, and as part of their way of serving them.
Maybe I was wrong, and maybe DM, you can remind me of that. Was that their role before? Welcome back. Also,
Yes.
was it,
So they
yeah,
were.
was it,
They were acting as hunters for the Seelie before they were part of the Wild Hunt. So they would join in on hunts and help them, destroy night hags or other foes of the Seelie, and ensure peace in the realm. And then also they were working for Queen Mab by selling, like giving secrets from the Seelie to Queen Mab, which is the opposing court. So things of like Oberon's movements or things like that was being discussed to Queen Mab, which was a betrayal of their contract. So that's why their deal is broken with Oberon. And they didn't really have, they're not able to do that anymore, according to Mab. So she's not going to protect them because she doesn't think they're going to be able to give her secrets anymore. So they don't have a deal at the moment either.
Right.
Sorry, I was just recapping a little bit while you were offline. So they were discussing how they don't
Yeah,
feel.
sorry about that.
No worries.
No
How
worries.
they don't feel it's right to execute Julius. So we can pick up from there.
Yeah. I guess I'll have Vin go. I mean, also if we're executing Julius because he's the leader and also agreed to this, would we also want to do the same for Eleonora for the same reasons?
I mean, the sense that I got from them is that Julius doesn't listen to Eleonora or Declan or anyone. He makes the calls and they fall in line.
The impression I get is Eleanor and Declan made their own choice. From their journals, at least.
Mm-hmm. If that's the case too, do we? What do we do with some of the staff then as well? Obviously, somewhat in on it, not in on it, didn't probably agree to anything, but have benefited from it in some ways.
They should be bound by the same new agreement that the remaining Sinclairs are. To stay here, to atone.
But they're not they're not trained hunters, right? Like they're not going to be useful in the wild hunt scenario. They can obviously keep up stuff here, but I don't think Oberon actually came around here a lot. So
I'm sure the Sealy or, Queen Autumn Breeze or someone can find use for them.
Eudora, you're being quiet.
I just think we should really leave it up to the people who kind of rule over these lands. I'm just not comfortable taking that initiative. I have no jurisdiction here. Maybe if we were in our realm, I would say, yeah, I have the jurisdiction.
Maybe if Fearsome hadn't dragged us here to
He raises
deal
an
with this
eyebrow.
for them.
I think it's a little rude to blame Fearsome for this. I don't think Fearsome exactly had a great time being tied to the bed.
Fearsome, did you enjoy being tied to the bed?
He did.
Sometimes I do, but not this time.
I think he knew what was happening here, and he brought us under false pretenses. So he brought us here, and that's what gives us the jurisdiction.
Oh, can I insight check her some?
Yeah, I'll do the same.
I'd love to see his reaction.
Is the squirrel being suspicious?
Let's see. I think he's in Hearsome form because he's out of so
it's still a disadvantage.
he's in casual form. Let me roll.
We all roll insight. Is that okay?
Yeah,
I think it's
can
one
roll.
of those like ooh moments, It's like just like looking at the person for the response.
He has survived for a millennia, and as you all look to his face, you see nothing but a calm smile.
He's just smiling.
I feel like he's helped us enough that like he didn't mean us harm when bringing us here.
Right,
Doesn't quite track.
And also, if we didn't help him, he would have died in the bed up there. So,
Yes.
he benefited from us being here, yes, but he didn't. I don't think he would have come here at a party if he would have known that this would have been the party.
And as I said, the queen and the king will be awaiting by the ferry gate to award you for your efforts here.
Harrison, have you ever taken others to this mansion before us?
No, this is my first time here.
Huh. All right.
So, okay. So you were invited here. So were they intending just to like hunt you for sport? Were you invited here? Grissom?
I sent them a missive because I wanted to experience high harvestide. I think perhaps by my bringing you all, they saw an opportunity. I think it was a surprise to everyone.
Oh, they
Oh,
fucked up
man.
pretty bad, didn't they? What were they going to do? Just leave you chained to a bed for all eternity?
Right.
This
That's a bit lack of foresight.
Yeah, that was. Yeah. I'm gonna glance up at the is the other group still huddle talking, or are they like looking at us?
I think they've done their discussions. Essentially, Julius looks stern-faced towards you all. Eleonora and Declan are just kind of chilling with the two girls. The two girls have calmed down a bit, and they just have a look of curiosity.
I mean, Pavel, what Hersom said, I think, is a great compromise. I think if we take Julius to see Oberon and just leave the rest here, I mean, King Oberon can just do what he wants with them. But if we drag along Julius, like you said, I mean, is that a good middle ground for everyone?
I think that's gonna start a fight, but we can try if that's what the group wants to do.
Yeah, I mean,
I mean, I just don't want to
We
deal
might
with
be able
all
to
of them.
convince Julius to come with us.
Convince them how.
I mean, if we tell Julius that his family has a chance at persisting if he comes and he hands the torch, for who's gonna be the master of the Sinclair legacy. If he hands that off and comes with us to Oberon, he might that might be a persuasive argument for him.
What, just ask him to sacrifice himself and grovel for the chance of begging for mercy?
For
I think
his daughters to grow up,
better he
for
says it
his
than we
family
do.
to continue.
That's fair. I mean, that's true. I mean, I suppose if Julius wants to do that, I have no objection to him willingly coming. I think that if we try to separate him from the family, we're going to end up killing them, and I don't particularly want to do that.
Mm.
I have no objection to offering that to
Yeah.
them and seeing if he wants to do it.
Pavel, you want to go ask him?
real quick though,
I can do that.
Yeah, if you want to talk to him, you can. But I think let's maybe also prepare for the possibility for if King Oberon just disagrees and does his own thing.
Sure, that's his. Oh, he's a king. He can do what he wants.
I just want to make that clear. Like we can talk all day, but I think in the end, I'm not going to initiate a plan to try to stop whatever he's planning.
Agreed.
I'm also here's some. Do you know if King Oberon's going to be upset with us for denying him the opportunity to like hunt them? He's like really into hunts, right? Like his thing.
I think if you offer him the head of Julius or the head of the family and perhaps some sort of deal, it shall even itself out. I don't think you've done the Celia a good service today, so he is amenable. Or should be.
Okay. Well, I guess Pavel, if you had try talking to them, if you want to.
Pavel just sort of like nods. Okay. And I'm I'm gonna walk back over.
All right. Julius will step forward again as you approach.
Well, Julius, I think there's an opportunity here for you to save your family
Go on.
by coming with us to Oberon.
You mean suicide?
Probably, yes. But if you offer yourself up, if we offer you to him, that might be enough to make a deal so that your family can go on, your daughters can grow up, and what's the alternative? To be hunted by him, to go make yet another deal with another entity and be in their service? The Sinclairs are supposed to be the greatest hunters in the material, in the Feywild, anywhere. But if you remain as the head of the family, you will be the hunted. Is that what you want for your family, for your legacy?
Amazing. Make a persuasion check.
Okay, and I will expend my inspiration to do this
Okay.
as a straight
Yeah.
roll. Okay. I have to find the button. Persuasion.
All right.
Here we go.
All right, I'm gonna make a little roll for him. This is very anti what he wants, but he's between a rock and a hard place. Let's do a little. Okay. He sighs. And he says, "And you can provide assurances that my family will go on."
That's the deal that I want to make.
I see no other option. He turns back to Eleonora, who looks a little saddened by this, but not as much as you would expect for a couple that has been together for centuries. And she just puts a hand on his shoulder and thanks him. And he whispers something to his daughters and to Declan. And he walks towards you with his arms out. I'll go with you.
I sort of reach out into the air and I do a minor conjuration to create a pair of manacles.
Okay.
With his hands out, and I just put them on
All right.
him.
Speak to you for just a quick second.
What did Eudora say?
I think she wants a huddle.
Can I talk to
huddle.
Pavel for just a quick second? Pavel.
Oh, are you just like whispering through the bush? One moment. And I like walk over here and I like push the bush aside and like I stick my head in. What is he?
At the same type of magic, like with the cookie magic, where I broke it by accident.
Yeah. Be really careful. Try not to break it.
Should we tie him up with something different? Like
Yeah, probably. But like, let's just get him like get him away from his family, and then we can tie him up more. It's fine.
All right, okay. I whisper to everyone, we gotta be really careful with those things.
Okay, I think we should steal his carriage.
Okay. We will speed this along a little bit. So, like what happened in the last session, Tom comes out with the carriage.
That wasn't even. I thought I was confused by Tamila's request. I thought we already had the carriage. So yeah, that's great.
Yep, Tom comes out with the carriage, and you all load in. You grab the dogs. You grab Julius, and you're cram-packed in this carriage. I think, who was it that was riding the horse? Was it Vin? One of you
I
guys
think
was
I was driving.
driving,
Handling.
and Tom was in the back with y'all. Yeah.
Previously,
Yeah.
the Panther was
I'm s-
lying on Tom's lap. I think this time he's definitely lying on Julia's lap.
Nice.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm sorry. There was something I wanted to do on the carriage ride because
Sure.
the whole way we're there, Pavel is talking to Tom about the magical poison. He wants to know how the poison works. How does the plant produce it? How does it fit into the school of conjuration? Where does the plant grow naturally? What are the conditions for germinations? How to keep it alive? And what other plants does he know about?
Yes, he will go on to tell you all about this and how it needs it's very precise everything. It's very sensitive plant. It needs this level of acidity in the soil and like all of this other stuff. But yeah, you're able to get some of that information. And Hearsome tells
There's a
you.
point during.
Okay.
There's a point during the trip where he's like talking about the poison, and he takes his wine cup and he just like drinks from it, and then he immediately just like sticks his head out the carriage and vomits, and he comes back and he's like, "You're right there. Now that you mention it, I do detect that mix of sweetness and acidity."
Oh my god, Eudora also vomits because she's a fat vomiter. Jesus
Amazing.
Christ.
Yep.
Just driving along and suddenly people are
Yep.
on the side.
Tom's looking sick. The dogs are looking hungry. And
How do the dogs react to Julius? Do they like him, or are they ambivalent, or
yeah,
what's their relationship?
they're just like, when they wake up, they're just chill with everything going on. They don't really understand that like he's chained up or anything. They just think, oh, now we're hanging out. Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay. So you all arrive at the ferry home. You're here with Queen Autumn's Breeze. You now have an additional prisoner. Well, a prisoner. Do you still bring Tom with you to the material plane? Deny Autumn's Breeze from taking ownership of
Yes.
him, essentially?
I'd like
Okay.
to.
We give her the
Yeah.
carriage, but not
Yes.
Tom.
Yes. Great. Okay. All right. And then you go to the gateway where you find Queen Titania and Oberon. Queen Titania will give you all of the same gifts before she turns over and points to Oberon. She will fade into like a pile of leaves, essentially, that follows like a gust of wind. And Oberon will transform into his hunter's garb with his leathers that are gold and viney, and his green flowing cloak. And let's put up Oberon real quick. And he sees that you have Julius, there with you. And how do you present Julius to him?
Has anyone has he been tied up like a ton like this whole trip over?
I think it was just the
Hands.
manacles, yeah, and the
someone else
Or,
did.
the
yeah,
cat.
just the manacles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The cat's watching him too.
Um,
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think Pavel would just sort of take Julius by the shoulder and walk him up to Oberon, and just show that he's manacled.
Do you offer this man to me? Knowing full well that I will kill him?
I offer a deal to you.
Interesting. Go on.
Julius is ready to give himself over to you, but his family and the Sinclair estate is to remain in the Feywild, and the family members are to be placed again in your service to assist with the hunt, the wild hunt, and any other tasks that you deem fit to give them to atone for their wickedness. But they shall persist.
So the deal is I do not kill the rest of his family. In exchange, the family is in service to the Seelie.
Correct.
But I may kill this man.
Yes.
And what do you get out of this, mortal?
Sleep at night.
He's going to make an insight check against that. And you can roll either, you can roll a deception if you choose to.
And then I will add as I say, okay, I'm going to roll my persuasion because that is an honest statement, but I will add to that. And I don't know if you wanted to transfer title of a certain Sinclair estate to me, I wouldn't mind.
I'd like to be far away from Pavel.
Yeah, I'm gonna take several steps back.
Like, before this entire encounter, I wasn't comfortable, so I am not associating myself physically with Pavel.
And there it is, and we all move backwards.
I sigh audibly.
Another clause to the deal, I see. That aligns with mortal expectations. What would you do with an estate in the Feywild?
That's a good question. I don't know the proper protocol, but as someone that has holding in your domain, would that make me eligible to become a lord of the Seelie court?
We see promise in you. But you would need to make quite a pact with us in order to do so. I shall agree to this, as I think it's quite interesting. However, should you break any of our laws here in our domain, you will face death. Is that fair?
That is fair, and I think it would also be fair if you were to give me just a list of your laws that I could have as a reference.
Here's some will see to it.
Oh my
A
God.
deal it is, then.
He like snaps his finger, and you have a scroll that is an estate to the Munsk Manor in the Feywild and like a list of the laws will be given to you and things like that. And he snaps another finger, dispelling the magic of the manacles that you have on Julius. And you see a stag come out of the woods and just come galloping towards Julius and gore him with his antlers. And then
Oh my gosh.
Oberon smiles at this, climbs onto the stag with Julius still gored on the antlers, and rides off.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. It's a shame that we don't do cameras because my face, like this whole conversation, is just it's been something. Oh my god.
Wow.
I think I really wish I saw the faces when Titania gave the gifts last week too.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my
Yeah.
god, my jaw was on the floor.
Yeah. Okay.
So much so, yeah.
The deal has struck. Add a deed to your inventory.
Oh my gosh. As long as I'm going to my inventory, I've got the Declan's Journal, Bethany's Longbow, and Acorns. Were those consumed by the ritual? Do I still have those?
Let me think. No, you would still have them. It was more like any magical essence would have been pulled out of them, but as those weren't magical items, they're just normal. Yeah.
Okay.
If you choose to keep them. All right. So you arrive back at your camp in the day. It's been 5 weeks. Dara and Goran and Clyde are there and kind of fill you in on what happened. And you have about 6 hours before nighttime, where Tamila goes hunting and Eudora goes and speaks to her mom. Is there anything Pavel would have liked to do during this time?
There is indeed. We can do this today. Pavel would have sort of run off like into a tent by himself or something, and just kind of immediately. And this is after sort of the timey-wimey stuff.
Yes.
Pavel was definitely like freaking out when that happened, first with sort of like wonder and awe, and then like puzzling over like, what does this mean, how can this be used? And then there were a couple of moments where he went to like panic and then kind of fear and horror. So I just want to point that out, that like there's something that he's dreading now that he's like 5 weeks later than he expected. But he runs off to his tent. Minor conjuration, an empty inkwell, bleeds himself into it, just takes his dagger and cuts himself to bleed himself into it, and he immediately just pulls out his ink pen, dips it in, takes the leaf out, and starts writing a question that I am going to DM to you.
Ooh, okay.
And I think that's it.
All right.
I wouldn't mind a moment if no one else has anything to do.
No. Go ahead.
As Tamila gets back, probably quite late, after having just been out with the dogs and with Shadow for a while, she wants to go find Eudora.
Okay.
Yeah, because Eudora's been gone for a while. The entire time I was out.
I would say you wouldn't arrive when she's spoken to the spirit, but afterwards, when she's in that just lost in reflection, just sitting on the ground, where she had burned that feather.
Oh, I find her there? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just in front of the goblin heads.
Yeah.
Oh, in front of the goblin heads? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Eudora? You alright?
She's kind of just staring out, and then she snaps back. Oh, Jamila. Sorry, how long have you been standing there?
Just a moment. How long have you been here?
Oh, She looks toward the sky, probably, I don't know, the sun has changed. Oh, I think I've been out here for a while. I'm sorry, did I concern you?
Oh, not exactly. Wanted to ask you something, and I'll whistle the dogs over.
Yeah. Oh, hey, doggies.
I am so very happy to take care of these good boys. I think I'm gonna name this one Hiri and this one Obi. Oh, such good boys. But I was going to ask you if you wanted to take care of them, or one of them.
Oh, absolutely. I actually think I've bonded with the lazy old one. He's just so cute.
Which one is
I
that,
don't know if
Hiri
he
or
I don't know
Obi?
if he likes me though.
The fat one definitely Hiri.
Okay. So
Hiri, come over here.
make an animal handling check.
Oh, all right.
With advantage because he remembers you.
Okay,
So we'll
15.
take the 15. Yeah. He walks over to you, kind of a little bit of like just a slow, casual walk up to you, and he just sits right in front of you and looks at you.
Oh, you're precious. Thank you so much, Tamila. That's very kind of you. I mean, I know you love animals, but how about we like share? I mean, I'm sure we'll be traveling for quite some time together.
I agree for sure. Oh yes, it's definitely a group effort to take care of animals, but it's I think it's important that they have someone, that is their primary person that they can rely on.
Absolutely.
And I'm glad
Um,
that you have someone, even if it is just an old fat dog.
Eudora grows quiet for a second and like speed walks towards Tamila and just hugs you without saying anything.
Aww.
Okay. Oh, that's nice. All right, patting her, kind of squeezing.
She's still holding on.
I'm gonna
And she-
insight a little bit, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure. I don't know what this is.
Are
What?
you trying to hide your emotions right now, or are
I
you
don't
just?
think so. No,
Okay.
she's.
What are you
she's
looking
just-
for? Are you just trying to see
Yeah,
what's going through Eudora's mind, or?
because it is a little odd.
I guess Eudora, that's a pretty good roll. Just give her like your feelings in this moment, like why you wanted to hug Tamila.
Yeah, so she had her conversation with her mom, and she was just sitting and thinking about, everything that they conversed about, how much she missed her. But she also self-reflected and thought about how she was excited to show her mom her new friends. And so, she saw this outreach from Tamila, and she just thought about on the conversation and just thought, wow, I finally met some really nice people. And she just wanted to hug her, and like that emotion just came up, bubbled, and she just acted on it. And she'll probably in a second be very bashful and be like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry for doing that. But in the moment, she was just swept away by the emotion that she's just kind of been sitting with.
Reading that, Tamila's gonna say, I really needed a hug today, Theodora. Thank you so much. And she'll kind of hug you back.
Oh, I'm so sorry. It was very sudden. I don't normally do that. I'm sorry if I invaded your personal space, but I just really appreciate the outreach. That was really nice of you.
Well, as far as I'm concerned, they're not exactly mine. I think we rescued them
That's
together.
true.
So.
That's true. I'm really appreciative. I know we don't really know each other that well, but I just really like y'all. I just want to thank you.
I think we like you too. A lot of us, I think, have become misplaced in this time, so I'm glad that we have each other. Let's get back
Were
to
you
the
heading
others.
back? Yeah, I'll come with you. Come on, boys.
We'll head back.
Nice. Okay, I'm just gonna message Pavel something in response real quick.
I just want to say, guys, I'm sorry. I was almost intimidated to not want to ask for that at one point, just because I was not expecting all of the debate about what to do with the Sinclairs. So I was like, oh man, I probably shouldn't do this. But then the opportunity came, and I couldn't not.
No, you were totally
No,
good.
You did great. Kudos to you for like staying up and wanting to do that, because that's cool. That's a really cool part of the story that we missed out on last time without you having it here.
Who knows, after we save the world, we can just all retire to the Feywild.
Yeah, I mean it's gonna be this lovely winery. We're gonna do some exports. This is how Pavel is gonna get all of his wizard money. It's by exporting Fey wine.
It did occur to me, we like Pavel owns a lot of cool shit now, including like some really cool barrels of wine and dragon skeleton.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And a druid tree, right?
Oh, and a druid tree,
Oh,
Yeah. But it's all in the Feywild. All right. All right, so you return back to camp. And it's about to be nighttime now. Is there anything you guys would like to do before a long rest?
Not from Eudora, nope.
I do want to go find Eudora if I can,
Okay.
because we know about each other's gifts, boons.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, you all heard each other's gifts.
Yeah, I'm gonna go like
She's
Eudora.
probably in the distant. She's like with everyone, but distant. She's watching.
Yeah, you can move your tokens around from the last.
Yeah, I'm gonna come around and I'm just gonna say, "Hey, Eudora,
Hey,
how you feeling better at all?"
I'm still a little. Oh wait, the poison has worn off, right?
Yeah, by now, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm feeling much better. It was a.
That's good. Me too.
Yeah, it was a lot back there.
Yeah. It was. But as we're getting, back to Baldur's Gate, I was wondering if maybe you would want to do kind of like a little trade with me, like if you could talk to a spirit for me, then I would ask a question for you.
Oh. You can see Eudora's face is. She has her mouth open slightly, and she hesitates a bit. There's like a pause. Yeah, that's an idea. Who are you thinking of speaking to, if you don't mind me asking?
If Rolf is back, because it's been so long, if Rolf is back and we bump into him, I would really like it if he could have a chance to speak with his fiance.
Oh, that's really nice. Pavel, I hold you very dear. I think we've gotten to be friends, I hope. Can I think on this?
Yeah, sure.
I'm sorry if
I mean, I'm sorry. I don't mean to impose. It's your boon. You probably have lots of spirits that you want to talk to yourself. So I mean, just forget about it. Just forget about it. It's fine.
I won't forget about it. Just give me some time to think about that. Is that all right?
Yeah, sure.
Can I insight check
Thanks.
Pavel, please?
Yeah, what are you trying to tell? Like, if he's telling the truth, or
So much insight.
But like,
Oh my gosh.
why is it because he feels bad and guilty and he thinks this will repair his relationship with Rolf, or does he just like need something from Rolf? I don't know if that's. I just want to like, how sincere is he in
yeah.
wanting Rolf to just speak with his fiance?
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and make an insight check, and then Pavel, if you want to just like quietly, like, I don't know if you can hide your roll, to
Yeah, I think I
You
can.
can do DM only.
yeah, and
Ooh.
just
Okay.
from that, either like DM me either persuasion or deception.
Okay.
Okay. Eudora, it's hard to tell. You think perhaps that Pavel has some other motivation, but you think you'd have to really talk to him about it to find out more.
Okay. Thanks for giving me the time, Pavel.
Yeah. And I feel like, I don't know. I feel like people have just been looking at me a lot lately, like they don't trust me, and I guess that's, you know, normal. But maybe someday I can do something about that. I start to walk away.
Aww. Eudora, that did seem very sincere.
Oh, wait, I'm gonna follow him. Pavel, do you feel like nobody trusts you?
Well, I don't know.
I just want to let you know.
I think everyone thinks that I might have ulterior motives all of the time, and that may be true. I don't know what to do about that.
Well, Pavel, personally, I hope I haven't made you feel this way, but if I ever give pause and look at you, I'm just trying to understand you a bit better.
Sure.
All right, well, I can't speak for the others, but I think they look at you as a friend, and I don't think they doubt you very much.
Vin and Tamila, are you here at the campfire, or would you have been like in your tents? Or
I can be here.
yeah, so you hear the end of this conversation.
I mean, do you want to ask them? They're right over there.
Yeah. Guys, I'm sorry about asking for the manor, the estate, and not like saying anything about it before. And I don't know. I didn't know whether to do it, and he just seemed like Oberyn was expecting it, and I don't know. I'll try to be better. I'm sorry.
So for some context.
Yeah, I was about to say, I'm very confused, but okay.
Just to give some context, I think Pavel was feeling a bit worried that everyone didn't trust him or something, but I personally don't think that's true. I think we're all friends. I'm looking at everyone to their reaction about friends.
Uh,
I think we're friends. I'll see friendly.
yeah,
Looking at
friendly. Yes, I don't know if Vin considers everyone friends yet. So, Tamila, yes, because we've been working together for a while. But like, even though like 5 weeks have passed, it's really only been like 4 or 5 of them that like we've really focused on, and Vin's died for a lot of those.
That's true.
So
Nothing makes you close friends like dying and waking up
Just
in our beautiful
experiences.
faces.
repeated death.
Repeated death, forging fast friendships.
I'm sorry, I might have missed it. Last session, did Vin die again?
He got
Oh,
knocked
yeah.
out like 4 times.
3 times. That's why he attacked. That's why he was attacking.
Okay.
Fearsome.
Fearsome.
in that
Yeah.
in his state because he was just confused.
Yeah, he was knocked out half the fight.
Oh, yeah. I did not have a lot of hit points going in, and I
Yeah.
did not exit with a lot either. So
We used all the healing potions, I think.
Yeah, and I was out
Yeah.
on healing.
Though I get a feeling that if I go to sleep, I might wake up with the ability to heal some of y'all better.
What a strange feeling, Tamila.
That's a strange feeling.
Amazing. Okay, anything else you want to do? Yeah, are you doing shifts at all, or are you gonna ask like Goran to watch the prisoners, or because Goran, Dara, and Clyde are just like they're not like in your camp with you; they just camped right nearby, though.
I mean, I don't know about y'all, but I'm personally very wiped out. I think we can leave it up to Goran and them. They're like really, strong.
Clearly did a good job the last 5
I-
weeks.
Right.
Yeah.
Just tied up like that for the last 5 weeks and looking over at our prisoners like,
It's
It
not
has
like I
been
walk in
fun.
grace.
what have they been talking about? They're probably really good friends.
they've been like
Yeah.
cleaned. Like, can you imagine? Like, not
Yeah,
bathing
they've
for,
been
like,
well
2
taken
weeks?
care of. Yeah, you can tell that they've been fed and cleaned and
Given walks.
yeah, walked. There's no wounds on their wrists or anything from their chains. They seem very well taken care of.
Awesome. I guess one last thing, I'll have a talk with Goran and all them and profusely apologize for A, spitting things out, and then B, apologizing immediately after, but not as stealthily as I thought. And just really, really, really ask for their forgiveness. And then also tell them that I plan on dedicating my future, hopefully, more to Ilmater.
Amazing. Yeah, they say one of the teachings of Ilmater is to stop suffering in any way that you can, to take on suffering and endure it, and also to forgive those who seek forgiveness. And I forgive you.
That's a really great lesson. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I still see some magic of the Feywild about you. I think you will have interesting dreams tonight.
Oh, all right. Is that because you can, like, see through us or something?
I've been around a long time, and I've seen many things, and I can see the weave sometimes, where the magic comes from, the fabrics of fate itself. And I see that the weave, that you are all tethered to the weave a bit stronger than usual.
Can you see the sorcerer in me?
I don't believe it's sorcery. I think it's divine. I believe it's the favor of the gods.
She's just very confused. I'm sorry. What?
Sometimes gods find fated ones and they feel that they just need a little nudge in the right direction. I'm not saying Ilmater chose you, but perhaps it was always your fate to find him.
Oh, wow. That's really interesting. All right. Maybe I'll think about that while I sleep.
You should.
Okay. By the way, we're all very tuckered out, and I know y'all are like amazing angels and stuff, and y'all probably don't need too much sleep. Could you, like, just watch and make sure that nothing comes to harm to us and the prisoners don't go away and stuff while we rest up?
You hear in your mind, Clyde speaks up. I got it. And he
Oh,
starts.
thank you so much, Clyde.
He walks
I
up.
walk back with Clyde. So Clyde's gonna be our lookout.
I feel so safe.
We can walk. We can rest very easy.
Bah.
Thank you, Clyde.
Ah.
I mean, Goran too, but I trust Clyde.
Clyde just stares at Pavel.
Pavel is like
He
looking at
likes you,
Clyde.
Pavel.
Where am I? Okay, yeah. Pavel is like looking at Clyde, looking at Eudora, and there's like one of his eyebrows is just like kind of twitching. It's been 5 weeks. It's been 5 weeks. And he just starts repeating this. It's been 5 weeks as he like walks off to go to bed.
Amazing. Okay. So as you all, is anyone staying awake or doing anything weird tonight, or are we all going to sleep?
I think we're just all going to sleep.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have a one sentence. Pavel
Yes.
works on his a spell book for 2 hours.
Mhm.
The brain diagram. He's working on that.
Nice. Okay.
Can I fix my
yeah.
2 broken arrows? I'm gonna stay up and work on those too.
Yeah. I'd say if you spend an hour on it, you definitely are able to fix them. I don't think you need to make a check on that. Yeah.
Awesome.
All right. So then, Vin and Eudora, each of you need to roll a d20 for me.
Boy, all right.
D20.
6.
Okay. Eudora, you fall asleep first, thinking on what Goran and Clyde were saying to you. You do immediately start having a vision as you fall asleep. You imagine, you see that you're not normal. You're high up in the sky, and you look to either side and see white wings. You're a white dove flying in the sky, and you see a giant mountain in the distance and lush green lands untouched by war, famine, or destruction as far as the eye can see. As you get closer to the earth, you see your mother and father as they appeared at their happiest. They're holding hands and walking through a garden featuring arrangements of white flowers, particularly roses and daisies, and ancient-looking weeping willow trees. You see some angelic figures with large white wings flying overhead and resting under the trees. Your parents approach a short man with a burly build, and he wears only a loincloth. He sits upon a park bench, looking out over the fields. He has a plain but kind and comforting face and a balding head. But his body bears the marks of mutilation, torture, open cuts, closed scars, burns, a range of other wounds. Your parents approach him and they look concerned. But he stands to greet them, and you can tell as he stands that his joints are broken, his limbs are ravaged. Moving appears to cause him pain as he drags himself forward. And as he is standing, you see the bench has an engraving that says "Justice endures." He holds out his hands and smiles, welcoming your parents, and you see his arms are wrapped in red leather cords. You feel a push, a tug on your soul. Make a charisma save.
Ah. Yes. Am I at disadvantage or normal?
Normal.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, you feel your soul being pressed away, not by him, but simply because you don't belong. You don't feel like you belong here. You feel like this is the place for the dead, and you are not dead. And your soul is jettisoned from this form and back into the material plane, and you feel yourself falling, and then you, with a thud, you wake up, and you are in your bedroll.
Ooh, okay. I think she's definitely like sweating, and she kind of wakes up. Who's with me? Who did Tamila probably, right?
Yeah, I think it was girls and boys essentially for those sleeping.
With our dogs.
Yeah. Yeah.
I wake up. Oh my gosh. She like has a smile on her face. She's kind of out of breath.
It's a full tent.
She
Tamila,
just exhales, kind of.
Yeah. Tamila's still making her arrows at this point. So Tamila, you see her wake up.
Oh. Eudora has like a slight breathiness and is slightly smiling.
You alright?
Oh, Tamila, you didn't go to sleep yet?
Oh, just almost. Just fixing this first.
Yeah, I just had a dream. It was nice. And yeah, I don't think I've really dreamed much. That was strange. Do you dream often?
I suppose normal amount.
Oh, all right. Are they nice dreams or?
I suppose not, but I'm glad you had a good dream.
Yeah, well, I'm very tired, I think. I'm gonna go back and try to dream it again if I can. Do you want me to help you or something so you can go to sleep earlier too?
No, I'm just finishing up this. Just the last arrow.
Alright. And she's just smiling and she'll cuddle with Hiri and go back to sleep.
As you sleep this time, it is you don't remember anything from this sleep, but you feel just like serenity and peace. Vin, you don't feel such peace as you are sleeping.
No.
You are, as you fall asleep, you find yourself in a home that is unfamiliar to yourself, and you feel that it's not you, that you are someone else in this moment. You feel you suddenly are awash with some memories. You're a man. Your wife Neske is putting your son Lewis to bed. You've just finished stoking the fire, and you look above the fireplace and you see the mantle of this man's father, your father, as in this form. It's Nober Edwarda, who retired from the Hell Riders. And you remember he settled down here in Baldur's Gate, and he passed away recently, and there's a moment of sadness as you realize that. But you hear a little click, and you look at the door, and you notice that the door is unlocked, but you swore that you locked it. The door swings open, and 3 men in masks and cloaks quickly enter, close the door behind them, run towards you, and you punch one of them. But they swarm around you, and with a thud on the back of your head, you're quickly knocked out. Go ahead and make a wisdom saving throw for me.
Okay. Oh, I don't know why I double clicked, but
Okay, great. There, you feel like the knockout might be so jarring as to wake you up, but you continue. You're so tired, you continue to sleep and to dream. and you awaken again as this man, and now he's covered in a pile of animal skins, which are still covered in gore and the smell of death. You're tied up, unable to move, and the weight of the skins and furs are keeping you down. It's hard to breathe, but there's a little gap you can see through with one eye, and you see that you're approaching a pirate ship. You smell something like a horrible chemical-like smell as you approach. You're carried down into the pirate ship hold, and you're chained to a table. A man wearing a mask is interrogating you for information about the Hell Riders. And you just mentioned your dad. You can't provide much information besides that he retired. They were just essentially like the police force. They didn't do much. He had a very cushy role. And you don't give us some information up willingly. He is torturing you. You can feel the cuts upon you. And eventually, you run out of things to say. And the man in the mask says to you, "There, little pig. You lived on the fat, and now you'll die for the fat to get fatter." And he holds up a knife and slits your throat. Vin wakes up with the taste of blood still lingering in your mouth.
And I remember the names. I remember all of that. Correct?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can message these to you guys too. I know it's a lot.
I was say, I would appreciate that.
Yeah.
It's writing so fast.
Also, Honeybee's got the full notes.
I know.
No, I appreciate it too. I'm gonna appreciate it too.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, is Pavel still up at this point, or is he?
Yes, because you said 2 hours, right? Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Yep. So you would still be up.
Yeah, then I guess you would definitely see like Vaden tossing and turning opposite you for a while, and then like just suddenly getting up.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, yeah. Hang on. Sorry, I'm not fully healed up. I don't think. Still got something. I'll be right back. And Vin will just kind of make his way out of the tent. I don't know where the closest like water source or like stream would be, but he just kind of like walk himself over there, wash his face off a little bit, wash his mouth out to like get all the blood out of there, and
Yeah.
just maybe like just look at his face for a little bit, make sure like okay, that was a weird dream, but he is back in his own body, kind of thing.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. Yep, you are still Vin, for sure.
Yep.
Okay. All right. So then Camilla falls asleep next. And you too have a vision. You are outside your family's shop, Miracle Menagerie. You know that your home is tied to this shop. You hear the mixture of various animal sounds that feels familiar to you. But you see, the shop has a closed sign, but it's midday, and that's unusual. You rush to enter the shop, and you see the kitchen table is knocked over. A bowl of oatmeal is scattered on the floor. Peeking out from behind the table, you see gnome legs, not moving. As you get closer, you see that it's your father. He looks to be in great pain, but unable to move. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh no, 5.
Yep. This pain brings a memory that amplifies the pain. And you remember this is how your mother was when she was about his age. That she was in so much pain that some days she could not move from her bed. And if she fell, it was very difficult to get up without help. You know that your brothers are probably off at school and unable to help your dad, and he is just going to be stuck here for quite some time until they get home. And then you awake with that dread in your mind.
I'm gonna touch Shadow and find her
Mm-hmm.
next to me.
Yeah. She was sleeping, but she accepts your touch and just nuzzles you.
So stare up at the tent ceiling for a little bit before I go back to sleep. Otherwise, I won't do anything.
All right.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. All right, everyone should have their things in Discord so far, and we move on to Pavel, who stayed up studying a little bit before he went to sleep. Pavel, you are suddenly very young, 6 years old. The world is bright and giant and amazing. You're reading a book about teaching you the alphabet, but it's magical runes, kind of like the magical rune alphabet. And you hear a knock at the door. Do you answer?
Yeah.
All right. You walk up to the door, pull it open, and you see a frightening sight of a dwarf with fire hair. Let me share. I think I actually have a handout for this guy, so give me a sec. And he's accompanied by a dwarven woman. And they are about your size, which is kind of interesting, but they look extremely muscular and very mature in the face. The woman smiles and says, "Oh, hello there, little boy. I know we look a little scary, but we ain't. This here's Azaz, and I'm Afra. Are you the one of the powerful wizards we heard live in this here tower?"
I think you're on mute.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, I am on mute. Pavel just like shakes his head really quickly, and he says, "Not me." And he shows them his little alphabet rune book, and he like points at this, and he says, "This is absolugi, absolugi."
You hear chuckling behind you, and you turn back and you see a woman descending the stairs that you immediately recognize to be your mom. So let me pull up. And behind her, shortly following her, is your dad. Let me just moving these so that the stream catches them. Okay. She's descending the stair with a sword resting on her hip and her hand near the hilt, but not grabbing it. And your father's descending the stairs. He has reading glasses on at the moment and a big book that he's carrying. But your mom puts a big smile on and chuckles and greets the dwarves. And then time gets a little wobbly here. It's kind of like a montage, I guess, as the dwarves and them are crafting a plan together, big adult stuff. You see flashes of them looking over magical books and making plans, moving pieces around on a map. And I need you to make an intelligence saving throw.
If only I can find my character sheet underneath all of these handouts.
I know, sorry.
Oh, I'm still on Whisper to GM. That was a 10.
Okay. You feel like this memory is so hazy to you, like you've blocked it out for a reason. Make a wisdom saving throw now.
3?
Okay. You feel a deep, deep fear that something terrible is about to happen. And you wake up gasping for air as you feel like you can't breathe, and you smell and taste smoke. Typing away furiously.
Yeah. Pavel is like gasping as he pulls himself up, and he drags himself out of the tent. I don't know if Vin is back asleep yet, or did you walk off after your dream? Are you back? Are you in the
I
tent?
walked off for a little bit, but I would imagine I don't think I was up for.
No, I
that
think you would have
long
came
before
back.
going back to sleep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Pavel is like coughing and gasping and like fumbling to get out of his bedroll. It's up to you whether or not that wakes you up. But as soon as he's able to, like he gets out of the bed and sort of runs out into the night to get away from the bed and get into the open air and to just try to breathe. And he looks over at the fire pit, where we had a campfire before, and there are just tears welling up in his eyes.
Mm-hmm.
And he like looks up at the moon and sort of the moonlight that's shining down, and he, in his mind, he pictures the Queen of Air and Darkness.
Okay.
Before, I mean, Pavel isn't going back to sleep tonight. Before, like, making his way over to the fire pit and trying to light up a fire and just gonna spend the night sort of staring at the fire and trying to like he's shaking. There's a lot roiling under the surface. As he's just trying to strengthen his delusion.
Mm-hmm.
Is it Clyde or Goran who's on watch? 'Cause they would
Clyde.
see this, right?
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah, and Clyde would kind of feel and sense your energy. And you will hear something in your head. Are you okay?
I look up and I look around. Who's there?
You see Clyde staring at you with his weird goat eyes.
You. I knew you couldn't be trusted.
The eyes get wide for a second. What? What do you mean?
You want us to think that you're just a goat trotting around, but now I know. Now you've messed up.
I was trying to help you.
Let me give you some advice. The enemy of my enemy is most likely also going to be my enemy.
I'm just gonna back away now. He just walks back over the prisoners.
Oh my god.
Amazing.
Poor Clyde.
Mm-hmm.
We're crying.
He's just like trying not to look in
trying to
that
help.
direction. Yeah, he's like, I'm just minding my business, eating grass over here.
These strange mortals.
But other than that, the night is uneventful. and you awaken to a brand new day. It's autumn now. I'll go ahead and throw up the yield calendar, which we haven't seen in a while. So, because it's been 5 weeks, we are now in Uktar, the rotting, which is fall. And we're on the second 10 day. So it's not weeks, it's 10 days in Fantasyland. We're on the 20th of Uktar. And you are about a 1 day's journey from Baldur's Gate.
Like we missed the entire month of October.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. At some point, Tamila's gonna say, "I think we missed my birthday." Well,
Wait, we need to celebrate.
nah, that's fine.
I
I think fate wanted it that way.
no,
Well,
Tamila.
Technically, that just means you're not a year older then.
Mm.
You think? Wouldn't that be a great blessing?
Yeah.
Too expensive
think-
when you say that.
I'm gonna go over to Clyde and Goran first,
Mhm.
check in on how the night went, and then also ask them if they can do something magical with like a cake.
Oh my god. Absolutely. They will say to you though, I believe Timila wouldn't be happy to hear about her birthday.
Oh, why not?
There's some curse about her to deal with her age.
What? You can say that? Oh
I
my
can read
God.
minds, and yes.
You can read minds?
Yes. That's how we knew that you were a good person.
Oh my gosh. I mean, okay. All right. That's very new information. So wait, how did last night go?
Oh, Clyde said something. And Clyde stares at you, looking very concerned. Your friend thinks I'm his enemy. He was acting very strange, coughing and looking into the fire, and I don't know. I don't think he had a good night. But tell him I'm not his enemy, please.
I will definitely try. I think he's suspicious of you for some reason. I've really been trying to win them over and tell them y'all are really good without telling them that you're actually angels and celestials and stuff. But I mean, about that, why do you think that they shouldn't know? Are they bad people? Can you sense, are any of them bad? You said that we were good, right?
I believe most of you are good. Pavel is working on it, I think. But he comes from bad people.
Eudora has a very shocked face. Oh. Okay. That's a lot to process.
Anyways, we
So
can
got
make a
that
cake. Yeah.
Yeah.
They make a big Tamila, what's your favorite cake? Let's say they read your mind and when you think of cake,
Peanut butter.
they come up
Nice
with a
choice.
beautiful peanut butter cake. And Dara decorates it with "Happy Birthday, Tamila," and puts a little a Black Panther on it made out of chocolate, and
Nice.
hands it over.
Dara, do you mind writing happy not birthday?
Yeah, she squeezes in a little tiny knot in between. Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna surprise her, I think, and just start singing. And well, maybe no, let's not sing. Wait, so you said she's not gonna be happy about this?
Well, I don't know. She might. I think It's a good gesture.
Can I ask her the question and then you read her mind and then we decide on whether or not we bring out the cake based on that?
Sure. How far do you want me to probe? She might know if I probe more than just the top thoughts.
Just the top thoughts on
Okay.
whether she'd be okay with cake or something.
All right, I'll send Clyde. He's a little more discreet.
Oh, all right. Clyde, here's some really nice grass over here by us.
And he starts eating some grass over here with the horses.
As soon as Clyde comes over, I'm gonna say, "Morning, Clyde. How are you?"
Camilla! So I know you said it was your birthday. Would you
Oh,
be
no,
happy with a sweet in order to celebrate your not birthday? Because it didn't happen, right?
So Clyde is gonna
Um,
cast detect thoughts on this too. But go ahead and respond, and then tell me what you thought. Your top of mind thought would be.
I'm sorry, Eudora, just some mental gymnastics. I want to make sure I understand. We're celebrating my not birthday because we missed it, but still want to celebrate?
Whatever makes you happy. Would you be happy with a sweet to eat this morning?
Sure. But Clyde, very much inside of my brain, is getting an image of a much too young to be old woman writhing in pain.
Yep. Clyde telepathically links with you, Eudora, and says, "No, don't do it."
I'm so glad I asked. I say that out loud.
After I just verbally said, sure.
Right.
Just do pancakes. Just regular old pancakes.
How about we just do regular food then? That would be great, right? That would be normal and happy.
Yeah. Yeah, whatever you want to do, Eudora, is fine with me. I'm looking
She's-
over at Clyde, like,
He's like looking at
okay.
you, and then looks to Eudora, and he telepathic links with you and says, "I guess the cat's out of the bag. I can talk with my mind."
oh,
But
That's cool.
yeah. So she's worried about your birthday, but I know that's a touchy subject. Maybe you could talk to her about it.
so I must think this in my head. So when I think, can you, like, read my mind and know what I'm thinking? Like, can you hear this right now?
Yes. If you specifically think towards me, something you would like for me to hear, I will hear it. But I have also some means to detect thoughts. But I don't probe anything beyond your basic thoughts.
So it's just a lot to process right now. Because,
Yeah.
you know, I knew you were a very smart goat.
Well, Eudora has aligned herself with the matter, and we're trying to be helpful. And you're her friend. I can tell. So, just don't tell everyone that I'm a magic goat. And tell Pavel I'm not an enemy.
Why does Pavel think you're an enemy? I say out loud, looking at Pavel.
Pavel
Across
is
the
like
fireplace.
Pavel is like still like sitting like on a tree stump near the campfire, and he's like dozing off and like just like snapping his head up barely, and he like looks at you like, what?
Why are you being
And then he
mean
like
to the
dozes
goat?
off again. What? The goat.
Oh.
The goat. Beware the goat. There.
No,
There
no,
it is.
Pavel, no. Goat is friend. He's our friend.
It's
Wait.
deceiving you. Listen, I know something, and I want to be more forthright about things, so I need to tell you all. This goat Speak into your mind. It's concealed its
Please
true
help me.
nature from us. We don't know
No.
what it is or what it's
No.
conspiring to do. We cannot
No.
trust
Uh,
this
you know,
ghost.
Pavel, no.
I'll, as the only person who has not received it, I'll insight check that.
Yeah.
I'll see how Vin feels about that. 24.
Pavel's really tired though. Look at him. I think he's sleep deprived.
Pavel is like a little bit just off his rocker. Doesn't have all the marbles in his marble pouch today.
I was about to say, I didn't think, even on a success, I didn't think Vin was going to believe you. It was going to be, does Vin believe that you're crazy, or if you're it's just like, hey, I need to calm you down. That was just a dream thing. So Vin says, sure he did, buddy. You got it. Yeah. That's
I think you're really tired.
Thank you, Vin.
No. I'm sure that he did this for sure. Clyde's a mean goat for sure. Did you sleep last night? Because I didn't hear you come in after you had that weird attack thing.
Thank you, Vin. It means so much to me that you're starting to trust me. Put a hand on his shoulder.
I definitely trust you. Oh man, I rolled way too well on that. I would say at least. As I back away a little bit slowly, you just see like Vin hold up a finger and just like cross his eyes and swing the finger around by his head in the crazy symbol.
Well, I like the goat.
Oh my gosh, there is so much misunderstanding happening here right now. I say that
Kagara
out
walks
loud.
up with a cake.
I'm hungry.
No, don't. I immediately shove the cake to the ground out of her hands.
And Clyde starts eating the cake.
Start eating it too, really fast.
Shadow's gonna start eating the peanut butter too.
Don't look this way, Tamila. Please look away.
Is everything okay? Dara asks.
Sure.
Okay. Are we
Sorry,
going?
I'm so sorry. I did not communicate the plan to you, but this was a no-go.
Oh, well, that's okay. It's the animals are loving it. It's great.
Right.
Yeah.
Tamila, that thing was not a cake, and it was
It was
not related
animal
at
food.
all. It
And
was
the-
absolutely animal food.
The dogs come over and start eating. She takes the
Don't let me
chocolate
eat
out really quick.
chocolate.
Yeah.
I'll eat it.
Yeah.
And even though it's animal food, it's great for humans too, I guess, because I'm eating it.
Yes. It's funny Discord.
Wow. Yeah, that's hilarious.
Yeah. Oh, Adam is great.
Are we going to Baldur's Gate?
Right. Yeah, everyone, ready?
Yep. I got
Okay.
I got all 3 sticks.
What?
Well, this one's not done yet. This is obviously the stick, which we don't use that stick, and then we have the stick that I normally use, and then we got the new stick.
Right. Yeah. Congrats on the new stick.
All 3 sticks.
All 3 sticks.
Okay, let's put you guys on the travel map, which we haven't seen in a while.
Not, jeez.
Yeah, welcome
Goodness.
back to the material plane. You are, like I said, 1 day's ride from Baldur's Gate. So do a little traveling time, downtime. Is there anything you want to do? It's about a 12-hour ride.
Sleep.
Yeah.
I'll do my normal like foraging thing, looking for like materials for Pavel and just
Oh yeah.
and stuff.
All right. Survival
Yeah,
with
what?
advantage. Yeah. Nice.
Advantage 19.
Yeah, good clutch advantage there.
Mm-hmm.
And the new dogs are helping out. And you are able to find I forget how I was calculating this. Pavel, how far away are you from healing potion materials?
1.5.
You find 1.5 gold worth of the 19. I feel like you deserve it. So
I'm gonna go. And when I get back, I feel like Camilla's always just a little bit dirty when she gets back after foraging, but she's gonna hop up into the cart next to Pavel.
He is sleeping a little bit. Yeah. You wake him up.
Nudge him awake. Yeah.
Huh?
Wake up, Pavel.
Hi.
Yeah.
Hey.
You okay?
I was asleep, and now I'm talking to you. He says he hasn't opened his eyes yet.
Dude, wake up! I'm talking to you.
Oh, what? What? I'm sorry. What?
Wake up.
Okay, I'm awake.
Yeah, be nice to the goat man.
The goat man?
No, I'm telling you, a man. You have to be
Goat man.
nice to the goat.
You mean Hearsome?
Pavel.
Oh, no. The cloud.
As you say, Hearsome, you see Hearsome appear on the cart.
Oh.
Hello, everyone.
Oh, my gosh.
How's it going?
Speak of the devil.
Hi, here.
No, I think the devil is somebody different.
Well, Tamila, you wanted to talk about Hearsome? Here he is.
Definitely talking about a different goat, but yeah. Are you Are you always here, Hearsome?
Well, I've been watching, as you know, our arrangement, and I can use my abilities to teleport near that band you're wearing, among other things.
Good to know.
So when he said your name, you like heard it and then you appeared?
Yes, I thought you were calling for me, but it appears I was mistaken.
I mean, we
think
definitely
so.
weren't. Yeah, I don't think we need you right now
Yeah.
or anything. But you're
we
welcome.
were
Hang
just
out.
talking.
Super boring ride to Baldur's Gate, but
Yes, quite boring. All right. Goodbye. And he snaps his fingers and disappears with like a pop sound.
So Tamila, he's
good to
just
know.
like attached to you.
Well, you've
apparently
got a
so.
buddy.
Good to know, I suppose.
Maybe he could help us if we're ever in a pinch.
That's a good thought. I don't think he's inclined to offer things for free, but
Right.
if it was needed, I guess.
But Pavel, back to what she was saying. Clyde is really nice.
Yeah, I want you to be nice
How-
to Clyde the goat.
Okay, I can be nice, but he lied to us. He misrepresented himself to us. He pretended to be one thing.
He's a goat.
Pavel, have you ever done that?
Have I ever pretended to be one thing when I was actually another thing?
Have you ever lied for your own reasons?
Yes. Yeah.
So let's maybe give the goat the benefit of the doubt and not be so mean to him. Alright, here, I got you something. I'm gonna give
Have
him
I been that mean to him?
He was
Oh,
kind
maybe
of
I have,
upset.
okay.
He was a little upset.
Was upset. Oh no. Oh. Okay. I will endeavor to not offend the goat.
Well, just,
Or whatever it is.
you know, he's not, like, mean or evil or anything, Pavel. He's a
You know,
really
like,
good goat.
I kind of turn my head at this. How do you know that?
I am a divine sorcerer or something not. And I like can see it.
So, with your divine sorcerer powers, you can see that Clyde is
Good.
good.
They helped us out for 5 weeks.
They
and
did.
Didn't have to.
They did. You're right. That is, I cannot argue with the 5 weeks thing.
They made
That's
some really nice
kind of crazy.
animal food for no reason at all.
Wasn't that
That
Dara?
looked really good.
I mean, like, okay, I'm gonna try to be nice to the goat, but shouldn't we think about getting Dara away from both of them? I mean,
Oh
if
no, they should absolutely
okay,
stick
look.
together.
they're good, that's fine. But Vulis, am I getting her name right? Vulis? She
Yeah.
said
Yeah.
that Goran and Clyde were her enemy. Doesn't that put Dara in danger at the least? Don't we want to not be involved or get a child involved in all of that?
Well, Dara has a connection with Ilmater, right? So Ilmater is definitely protecting her, and having those two by her side, I think, is the best choice.
I mean, I don't like it, but you know, I'm trying to redefine myself a little bit here, be more of a team player and open and trustworthy. So, okay.
Remember, this is like a divine connection thing that I got.
Oh, I do not like the sound of that, but no, it's good. It's great. It's not evil. It's yeah.
It's like the magic thing. Have you ever heard of the weave? It's part of that.
Pavel just like blinks. He's like, yes, I have heard of the weave.
Well, it's like that, Pavel.
I'm sorry. What was that?
It's like that. It's just the weave.
Oh. Okay. It's okay.
Yeah,
It's okay.
Good restraint there, Pavel.
Maybe
I'm
you should
gonna, I'm gonna
sleep and think about this a bit more.
I'm gonna pat Pavel's arm as it's like, hey, but I found some blooming oleander.
Oh, great. That's. Oh, what do you know? That's exactly the amount that I need.
It's getting colder. It's probably the last one you'll find for a while, but
Yep.
it's good timing then.
Yep.
Wonderful.
All part of the weave's plan.
You got it, Jamila.
I'm gonna stand up and walk
Pavel
away
just
from
like
Pavel.
looks at you and like nods.
So I'm smirking at him. Go. Fine. I assume Vin is driving. I'm gonna sit up by him.
Yeah. We'll take a break here because I think it's a good break time. We'll come back
Oh my
at the.
goodness.
We'll do 15 minutes. We'll come back at the hour mark.
Awesome.
Sounds good.
All right. See you soon.
Oh, this is good.
back into the game. Okay, we're back into recording. All right. So Pavel, you go ahead and get a full night's rest. Through the carriage ride. Full day's rest. Tamila went gathering. Is there anything Vin or Eudora wanted to do during the travel?
Well, I helped Tamila.
Right, you did help Tamila. Yep.
I think maybe I'll pry and prod a little bit with oh my god, I got so much information. Like personally, I'm on information overload.
I know.
I
I
have to,
know.
like rewatch when I did hear everything I heard from Clyde and Goring because oh my god, that was so much.
Yeah. Yeah. So
no, you know what? Eudora is overwhelmed and she's processing just like I am. She's not gonna. She's not gonna bring anything up.
Cool. Sounds good. All right. And Vin, anything?
I think I was just driving the cart,
Okay.
and just like keeping us on track. I will, especially after I would say, Pavel gets up. I will briefly try to talk to everyone, and be like, "Hey, how? Remind me, because it's been a little bit. How are we getting into the city?"
Oh well, y'all are escorted by us.
Oh, okay.
Just like the prisoners.
And
Right.
we're going to invoke the Duke Lampy lady's name. That's not it.
Van Themper. Yes.
Van Themper.
Van Themper. Yeah, we are going to say that we have business with her and are delivering prisoners to.
Right. I mean,
Maybe?
I don't know if it's going to be difficult to get in now that it's been 5 weeks. Right? Is it starting to be like overflowing with refuge? I don't know, maybe. We'll see.
But we were going to ask for someone's name, right?
They're actually... Yeah, no, I mean, the plan is, once we're in the city, we want to turn over the prisoners to my friend, Mortlock, who is the son of Duke Van Themper, and, you know, maybe use that connection to try to figure out what's going on between Van Themper and the cult, or cults. But there is another thing I want to talk about. I used one of my questions yesterday for my boon, and well, I'm a little bit worried about the answer and what we're getting ourselves into in the city. I think we just need to be on the lookout for chaos, and there may be some really crazy politics going on, and maybe an assassination attempt.
Against who?
Yeah, back up a little bit.
Yeah. I know this is kind of out of nowhere. I don't even know if it was a good idea to bring this up. It's just so kind of crazy. Look, I'll just say it, okay? A duke lost but still lives. A dance of dukes in a chaotic city. The outcome of an assassination attempt on the Chult diplomat could decide everything. That's what I know. And I mean, we know about a duke lost that might still live, which is
The one that we took.
Baldur.
I
Yes.
don't have my notebook.
Raven Guard.
Yeah.
I'll
Raven
post
Guard.
him. Yeah.
Raven Guard.
A Duke lost that might still live.
Yeah.
What that in chat?
Yeah.
And I think we might be walking into just a snake's nest at this point.
Okay, then where would you rather us go? I guess.
No, I mean we have to go there. I guess
Oh,
it's
okay.
just yeah.
Mm.
I mean, especially I have to go there.
Well, okay. So 5 weeks ago, apparently, I think it was you, Adora, mentioning your conversation with Rolf. He said, "Go to the Basilisk Cave and talk to Zodge. The Flaming Fist should be able to get through, but that's our best option."
Well, I think we would be able to get through no matter what. But
Right.
it was talking to Zaj, giving him the pass with the signature and the wax seal for the 10 people, but they already ran. So I think we just have to.
We should still go talk to Zodge, right? Like he's still like the best person
could.
to like.
Right, we could throw
then-
that name around. We could name drop. I personally don't think I know Zaj, but we could definitely name drop and see how it turns out.
Can't
Do
hurt.
we know where Cholt is?
Cholt is very far away. It's not. I don't think it's on this map. Let's see if I have a bigger map for you.
Do we know if there would have been a Cholt diplomat in El Terrell?
Alterel. Make a history check, Hellriders, if you recognize a Cholt diplomat in Alterel. Then can also, if he wants.
Yeah.
Probably more likely.
Is there one in
someone
Baldur's Gate?
Baldur's Gate.
Yes, you
I'm
can
just wondering
also
if this-
check for Baldur's Gate, Flaming Fist, and Tamil actually, since you have family there.
Okay, sure. 5 for Baldur's Gate.
Would Eudora be able to check?
Yeah. Is Tamila asking out loud? I guess. I think.
Yeah, I'm just whatever what Pavel's saying, just trying to figure it out and discuss what we might know from that.
Yeah.
I'm
Okay. All right. So Vin, you recall that Cholt doesn't send very many diplomats, and they're not as a religious of a city. So El Terrell didn't really see much for Cholt diplomats. Pavel, you remember in Baldur's Gate, there was. Let me pull up this person real quick. Liara Portier, who it was the niece of Duke Dillard Portier of Baldur's Gate, sent his daughter to Cholt as a diplomat. So.
May you have those names in chat?
Yeah.
Thank you.
So the Cholt diplomat doesn't necessarily have to be someone from Cholt. It could have been someone sent to Cholt. Okay.
And Cholt is very far to the east, way past El Terrell. Kind of like how Baldur's Gate is on the west coast, Cholt's like on the east coast. If I remember right. I gotta find the Forgotten Realms map.
I'm not sure I've ever seen a Forgotten Realms map that shows all the way to the east coast.
Yeah, it's pretty.
On the west.
Is it? Let's see.
Isn't it Cholt an island?
Maybe.
I thought Cholt was an island, yeah.
Yeah.
Let me pull it up because this could be helpful.
Does Pavel
I
say
think it's
that?
Dinosaur Island, right?
Yeah,
Is
that's
it?
what I
it's
thought.
it's the one from
It's like a
the other
primordial.
Yeah.
Jungles.
Yeah, I think there was something like in like history, like ancient history. There's some like deity that lives on Scholt or something like that, like some primordial deity before the gods left.
It does have some connection to the devils too, I think, but I don't know entirely what. Could be wrong about that too.
Remote and isolated jungle of beasts, dinosaurs, human tribes, and such. Which is why they don't really favor the religious parts. Mostly tribal communities with dozens of families. So it's she was mostly working with the tribes there for imports and things of that nature.
And Pavel tells us this.
Yes. Pavel is full disclosure right now.
Cool.
I mean, a dance of dukes in a chaotic city could easily be referring to Baldur's Gate.
The Dance of Dukes, it sounds like they're vying for power.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that nasty mess of politics.
Well, I think step one is just get inside the gate, right? Step
Yeah.
one.
Step one.
Get all of us inside the gate, including Dara and Goran and Clyde and our 3 prisoners here.
Well, are they trying to get
Tom.
into Baldur's Gate?
And Tom.
What?
And Tom.
What is their goal? Can we ask? Do we know what their goal is? Or do they also want to get into Baldur's Gate?
Who? Which ones, sir?
Dara, Goran, and Clyde.
They are travelers seeking to help those who need help. So they were helping the refugees and then they were helping you. So when they arrive, they'll assess the situation to see if they'll be helpful here or they'll move on.
Okay. So I think if they want to get in, they'll be able to get in no matter what. And we can just deal with getting us 4 in. Oh, and Tom. We'll try and get Tom in.
We'll try to get Tom in.
but
And our
no
prisoners,
guarantees.
of course.
Oh,
Prisoners.
right, prisoners. Yeah, and our prisoners. And then we're gonna go with Pavel's plan, right? Once we get in, we're gonna meet up with his friend Mortlock, who knows Duke Van Thimper.
And we were
Morty.
going to try to get hired by the Duke to better
Right,
figure
'cause
out
we-
what's going on with her.
Right, because we're a little suspicious of him.
And we didn't we need to go to that it's not a spa? Was it?
Yeah, there's a bathhouse where some Tiamat artifact is, maybe, if it's still there.
Mm-hmm.
Do we know the name of the bathhouse?
It would have been in one of the handouts from the beginning of the campaign. It was a note found in a pocket. Let's see.
Oh, the bathhouse is located in the northern portion of the lower city. It doesn't have a name. It just says, head to the bathhouse in Baldur's Gate and retrieve our queen's stolen treasure. The bathhouse is located in the northern portion of the lower city. It has a walled garden and frolicking nymphs carved into its front gates.
There you go.
I recognize that place.
I can put it in chat.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, if
Oh,
anyone wants
no.
to make any Baldur's Gatians want to make a quick history check for
Absolutely.
recognizing that.
Ah, why does it keep telling me so many symbols? All right, history.
All right. yes, Tamila and Pavel. Tamila, you think you've seen this and you could take them there. You can't remember the name of it because bathhouses weren't really your thing. But you think you've seen it in passing. You think a lot of rich people go there. And then Pavel, you do recognize the name of the bathhouse. And you also recognize that Mortlock has been seen there, and you've met with him around there before. Let me see the name of it.
The nameless bathhouse.
Apparently, let's name this bathhouse. Give me a sec.
We might just have to go back and listen to like the first. It was probably in like the second episode that we found it.
Mm-hmm.
So we might just have to go back and take a listen.
The frolicking nymph.
Yeah, that might actually be the name. Let's call it the Frolicking Nymph. Bring it down now. And yeah, Pavel, you recognize, yeah, that there's a connection there to Mortlock.
Oh, I mean, if the vampires are involved with the cultist, I guess I shouldn't be surprised.
Alright, so we need to get close to them by currying their favor. And we'll just say, like, we captured these prisoners and we were just doing our duties as part of the Flaming Fists, and then maybe see if she's willing to hire us to do anything else, because we're like really eager to like rise up in the ranks, and we would love to be in service of her. Something like that, right?
I think so, yeah.
All right. I think we got a plan.
I think we do. Just so you all know, my family lives in Baldur's Gates. I wouldn't object to visiting them at some point.
Oh, I'd love to meet your family.
Yeah.
Should we do that first? Because I feel like we might.
Let's
Get
try
like-
getting inside. Let's focus on getting through
Alright.
the gate.
Good idea. First things first.
Okay. All right, so we
There's
arrive.
one more thing I want to do before we arrive, which is I want to go through our food stores and find a carrot, and then go find Clyde.
Aw.
I'm gonna approach Clyde with the carrot, and I'm just gonna say, I am sorry for the hurtful things that I said last night. I am choosing to trust you, but I just want you to know that if you or Gorin ever hurt any of my friends, I will never trust anyone ever again.
Aw. Are you being truthful in this moment?
Yes.
Okay. Clyde will telepathically link with you and say, "Thank you for your apology. You don't have to worry about us betraying you or your friends or Dara ever. I'm sorry I was purposefully messing with you because I thought it was funny. Thank you for the carrot."
Thank you for the carrot.
You're welcome.
That's good.
That's wonderful. Nice moment for Pavel. Okay.
I think,
Yeah, go ahead.
if I can, small moment
Absolutely.
here. She's just gonna take out. Yudo's gonna take out Nebula and just tell her that we're close to Baldur's Gate, and we're gonna try and get the thing that's underneath the bathhouse to for the calls, because she thinks Eudora's with her. So she's just giving her an update on that.
I spoke with Tiamat. She says that I am a good follower, and she looks forward to our success in retrieving her treasure.
Amazing. Oh, you got to speak with Tiamat? How was that?
It was everything I could have ever wanted. If only I were a real, in my normal form, but it's thanks to you keeping me protected that I was able to speak with her.
How are you able to speak with her so easily?
Well, she spoke with me, as the only remaining person in the clan or the cultists, that she spoke with me and she asked me how my progress was, and I told her that we're almost there. And she was very approving of that.
It's great. Yeah. I'm sorry, but go ahead.
She says her armies could always use people like us, and if we're ready, we can join her army whenever we want.
Well, she has the power.
Eventually, she will take over the Hells, and then she'll take over this plane.
I mean, to Tiamat, right?
Right? You still need to get a tattoo.
And they'll go on about where the tattoo shop is and how you should go there first
great.
thing.
Wait, where is it? Wait, where's the tattoo shop?
It's it's in the lower city, where you're familiar. There's a lot of crime in this area, a lot of whorehouses, a lot of things like that. And there's a tattoo shop right in that area.
Okay. She's gonna apologize that she has to put her back in, but as soon as she does, she's gonna look at everyone and say, "Oh my gosh, I think we made a big mistake, maybe with keeping, oh my gosh, I mean, I just, guys."
It's okay. You're trying to Nebula, right?
Right, but she's talking to Tiamat, and she said the only reason she's able to talk to Tiamat is because we kept her. We kept her skull or something.
What do you think she's telling Tiamat?
I don't know. I'm a little confused because she was like, she has an army, and they're all ready, and we should I think she thinks that I'm still with her, but I don't know, because she said that Tiamat knew she was the only one, and that's why she spoke to her. So I'm a little concerned. Was I able to insight check if
You can do that. Yeah.
If Nebula was
Well, maybe you're just not official yet.
You're not sure, Eudora. You're at a loss. Yeah.
I'm at a loss, guys.
Okay, well, one crisis at a time, right? So,
Do you think we should crush her?
No.
All right, so she's not doing harm, being connected with Tiamat and
I mean, how much does she really see and hear anyways inside a bag?
That's true.
I'm sure the school's updates are limited.
I mean, what could Tiamat possibly want that we could ever be involved in? We're just coming back.
She said she's gonna take over the Hells, and then she's gonna take over this material plane.
Okay, well, that's a 2-part process. And
Yeah.
I'm not sure if we care so much about the first half of it, honestly.
Nope.
All right. Oh, just homeostasis. We just leave things as is.
For the moment, I think I mean, I don't want to crush her. I feel like this is a good insight into a very
She's
powerful being in hell that we should not crush.
yeah, I mean, she's really nice, except for the whole, Tiamat thing.
Well, and also, she could be crazy. Like, it could just be a crazy skull. We don't know that she's actually talking to Tiamat.
Oh, yeah, you're right. She is,
That's also-
yeah. No, that's very true. Oh, you are a voice of reason, Tamil. Thank you so much.
Oh, oh, that says something about our group, doesn't it? Okay.
Amazing. All right. So let's get to Baldur's Gate. As you travel, so Baldur's Gate has go over the an outer city. It's a huge place, right? So you have to travel across the Worm's Crossing to the outer city, which wraps around this mountaintop, Duscot Hill. And then eventually you get to a gate called Basilisk Gate, which is the main entry point from this direction into Baldur's Gate. So let me pull up something here. All right. And then we'll move you to Basilisk Gate. There's actually a lot of people here. It's bustling with tons of commoners that are trading and trying to survive here. They've created makeshift houses and homes, and it seems to be full of people that are very down on their luck. A lot of them look to be starving or extremely thirsty and are begging you all for coins or money or food, anything you can give. You see some shadier looking folks looking at what they could maybe steal from you as you pass by. But as you're approaching Baldur's Gate, a veritable nest of rats and vipers clinging to the rocky slopes overlooking the Chianthar River. From their high perches in the upper city, the local nobles, known as patriarchs, gaze down with veiled contempt upon the common rabble in the grimy lower city, which hugs this foggy harbor. The whole of Baldur's Gate reeks of blood, crime, and opportunity. One can easily fathom why pirates and traders are drawn to this place like flies to a carcass. Following the river farther east would eventually lead you to Elturel, which is where you came from. Right now you see dozens of Flaming Fist soldiers are trying to control an angry mob of commoners who are demanding to be let into the city. Then you spot a man who is Flaming Fist but appears to be of a higher rank. He has a leather eye patch, and he wades into the fray and begins throwing punches left and right, knocking down these thugs. And this is just, another day in the City of Blood. Eventually, the Flaming Fists are able to knock out most of these guys, or at least scare them away. And of the ones that they knock out, you see them pulling their coin purses and pocketing them, and then moving back to their post.
If I can, while they're doing this, I'd like to step front, use my thaumaturgy, and also try and intimidate the people away, the commoners who the guardsmen are fighting.
Yeah. Make a intimidation roll.
Sure. Maybe with advantage, because my thaumaturgy?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. Because I need all the help I can get with my rules.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, you were able to scare away a bunch of them before they get knocked out. The eye patch guy definitely took out 2 or 3 before you were able to react. And they got those coin purses and walked away. But yeah, most of them were kept safer by you scaring them off and them scampering away.
Great.
Anyone that would like to can go ahead and make a perception check for me.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
All right. Vin and Tamila. Well, actually, Vin, you weren't there. Tamila,
Okay.
you notice a couple of the thugs were the potato thugs from way back at the Hammer of Heaven.
I
The
see.
commoners?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. And they were
Okay.
scared off by Tamila's yell. I mean, Eudora's yell. Sorry. But yeah.
We saw, did we see the flaming fist pocket the commoner's coin pouch? Or
Yes.
the other way around.
Yes. Mm-hmm. You see him settle down by a desk near the gate, the leather eye patch guy. And you guys don't have to be here. You can be anywhere. I just threw you on the map.
Yeah.
And all these
That's
icons are just soldiers, just nameless soldiers.
I'm gonna make my way towards him, and hopefully he noticed that I was the one who yelled.
Yes, for sure.
I won't step in front. I'll actually step to the side here of the desk.
Okay.
Kind of like a power move here.
Yeah.
And I'll just go to him, and I brush my hair away from my chest to make sure he can see my full flaming fist garb.
Mm-hmm.
And do I recognize him?
Let's make a a history check.
Okay.
I'm a low DC for you because you're flaming fist. Yeah, that's just enough.
And my
It was a
roll
5.
suck.
It was a 5. You're good.
Okay.
He is a.
Does Pavel recognize him?
This is Captain Zodge. Pavel.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Pavel has a +5 to history, so with a roll
Oh,
of a
yeah.
1,
Yeah.
I would recognize him.
Great. Yeah, he is because he's the powerful figure, and you both recognize that he is actually. Pavel, make a roll if you want to learn some of his backstory.
Sure, will do. I've got to open things.
Wow. All right, you know his whole life story. When he was 2 years old. No, I'm kidding. But essentially, he is a strong military success career, but also constantly taking bribes. He presents himself as a level-headed man, and he's, willing to respect those who respect him. But the moment there's any sign of disrespect, he teaches them a lesson really quickly. He doesn't have general common decency. Like, he doesn't care that those guys just stole from the other guys. But he does care about the well-being of people under his command. So he actually approves of them taking that money because they're serving themselves, and that's good in his eye. And you know that he is vying to become the next Blaze, or like leader of all of the Flaming Fist.
Not knowing any of that.
Yeah, you just know
up.
who he is. Yeah.
Yeah. I walked up to him. Like I said, the power dynamic of psychologically siding yourself with someone. So,
Right.
I'm hoping to get that effect. Is I go up to him, and whatever salute the Flaming Fist has, I'll salute him. Say, Captain Zodge, I don't believe we've had the pleasure of personally interacting, but I am, what's my rank? Private? I'm Private Bear Parker. I was on a mission out with Duke Ravengard, and we're just returning, unfortunately, with some severe news. I was hoping you could let us in. We have a couple prisoners, as well as some people who are very pertinent to this case that we need to take in and report to higher authorities.
Well, right now the higher authority is me, so report what you got.
Absolutely, sir. Well, we went, and I'll recount the story where we went to El Terrell. It disappeared. We assisted with a caravan. We met with what's his face? That's Pavel's.
Rolf.
Pavel killed Rolf. Yeah.
Rolf.
We met
Gotcha.
with Rolf, and we assisted him, and he gave us a note. We sent some caravan people. We're here because we got some prisoners. We'll I'll give him the basic story of how we captured them, why we wanted to bring them, because we wanted to show them to gain more information and potentially interrogate. And then also we've been traveling with the Elturel people, and they're very, very crucial. And almost like a sister party to Flaming Fist, so we should accommodate them with us. Anything else I'm missing, guys? On like the highlights?
Do you tell about the Feywild?
No, I leave that out. Just things pertinent to like mission related objectives and like reporting on why the people that we need to get in the city are important to get into the city.
Go ahead and make a persuasion check for me.
DM inspiration, please.
Yeah, use it.
Okay. Oh,
Okay.
goodness.
All right. Well, you and Pavel over there certainly can get in. We'll take care of the prisoners. Your other two, those other folks, I don't see the importance of bringing them in unless they want to assist with something. I have a few tasks that need to be done.
Yes, absolutely. They would love to assist. As I mentioned, they're kind of like a sister party to Flaming Fist, so
I don't want to hear it.
Yes, sir.
Bring them up.
I immediately wave to them to come up.
Quick question.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have this on my character sheet, but do I have a copy or like some kind of a receipt with my contract stamped by the Council of Four?
Yes, you would have like a copy of your enlistment paper that would say you're a member. Do you mean that, or?
No, I mean the thing for my connection with Mortlock.
Right.
The special contract I have.
Yes, you would have made a copy of that for sure.
Okay.
Yep. Sorry. Okay.
I summon them and
You-
I quickly. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was asking if you all approach with her. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look back at like
I'll look forward.
Dara and Clyde and then say, "Come up with us."
Okay. They walk up.
I'll tell them very quickly. This is Captain Zaj, and he'll let us in, but the only way he'll let you all in is if you help us out with some stuff. And I said, yes, we were up for it because we all need to go in there and make sure things happen. So, Captain Zaj, take it away.
The refugee crisis. He motions to everything around you. Its stoked fears from Baldur's Gate might suffer the same fate as El Turel, and this fate looks quite intimidating, as you've spoken of it. Nothing remains but a hole in the ground. Our Grand Duke, gone, missing, destroyed, who knows? Some people are blaming you, El Turians. Others think the refugees have a secret agenda. Tensions are high, violence is everywhere, and we're stretched thin, trying to keep the city from falling apart. That leaves us shorthanded to deal with another problem. For that, I need your help. Anyone who isn't already Flaming Fist will need to be temporarily enlisted, and in exchange, I'll allow you folks through the gate. See that you each receive 200 gold pieces, and owe you my gratitude, which is worth considerably more. Do you have any questions?
May I ask what this assignment is? I'm sure we're properly suited to accomplish it
Yeah,
before we commit.
I would also like to know that as well.
Someone has been killing the poor and is now killing refugees. I think it's a coordinated effort, but we don't have the manpower to mount a proper investigation or response. Perhaps non-Flaming Fist people would actually be more appropriate to investigate, as the Flaming Fist can be difficult to disguise or not known for their, discreetness. Half dozen bodies.
Oh, Oh, I look right at you, Dora. Yeah, at you, Dora. I'd be like, oh,
Dora says
yeah.
nothing.
By now, a half dozen bodies have been dumped in Insight Park. Ritual symbols on them. It's very cult apparent, but I don't have time to research this.
Sure, I believe this mission is very suited for us, as I mentioned in my report. We also encountered cult-like things. I think we're very well equipped. When you say not Flaming Fist members, are you just assigning this to the Elturarians here from the Hell Riders? Or may
You
we
will
assist
also
as
be
well?
assigned, but I'd recommend that you hide your emblem.
Thank you, sir.
I'm inclined to accept this assignment, sure, in exchange for entry and your very valuable gratitude, which we do appreciate. What of our prisoners?
We will send the prisoners to our prison for to be judged by the dukes upon their judgment date. Should you wish to be involved in those hearings, we may involve you.
I'm just looking at Pavel and
Pavel,
Eudora.
I'm looking at Pavel.
Yeah, Pavel steps forward at this, and he goes in. I asked about this. He goes to like pull out his copy of his contract, and he takes it and he puts it on the table, and he looks at. I'm sorry. What did you say his name was? Was it Z something?
Zaj.
Zach.
Zaj.
He looks at Zaj in the eye, and he says, "You will allow these prisoners to pass through with us. You will speak of this to no one, and there will be no further questions."
I look at the paper. What does it say?
Zaj picks up the paper to look at it. Go ahead. You're on the side there, so I got to make a perception check to see if you can read along.
I don't have any DM inspiration. Oh, wait. Okay.
Okay. Pavel, will you describe what sorts of things might be on this paper? Just snippets of it that she might catch.
The most important thing is that it is stamped by the Council of Four.
Which are
Why did
the
Council of Four?
the Dukes of Baldur's Gate.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know, other than that, I think it has probably some vague language that Pavel is assigned to and working for the council directly on certain matters, and it's vague because
Yeah.
whoever wrote it
Doesn't
wanted
want
to
it.
be vague.
Yeah.
But
Mhm.
yeah.
Love it. All right. Okay. Fine. Agreed. Let me pull out your forms. And he reaches under the table and grabs some enlistment forms for Vin and Tamila. And he looks to Goran and Dara to see if they are included in this. And they look to you all. Do you want... Is that too tiny? That looks really tiny. I guess-
we can zoom in.
Oh, okay,
We can
good.
make it bigger, yeah.
Yeah, okay, good.
I'm just gonna look at Dara and say it's up to you.
Hmm.
Yeah, I leave it to them.
They read the form.
It is a little, even zoomed in, I can't quite make out the text on it.
Okay. Let me see if I...
I can make out the text if I zoom.
It depends on how big your monitor is, probably. So let
I'm
me...
gonna zoom in my monitor to see that.
I think I can find the file in Photoshop and grab the text off of it. So give me a second.
I'd also say, I don't know what browser you use, but if you drag the photo into a separate tab up top, that gets real big.
Oh,
Oh, nice.
nice hack.
Yeah.
There you go. Can you try that, Tamila?
Yeah, I got that. Really helped. Yeah, I think that's awesome.
Good, good.
Okay. Transform.
And And if you can't read anything, just let me know, because I specifically made his handwriting a little chicken scratchy.
Should we be concerned that about the date?
Oh yeah, that would be different. Sorry.
Okay, cool. No
Yeah.
worries.
I can amend that later.
No worries. I just wondered if it was like it was a clue. It was a clue.
No clue. Just that I made this resource like a month ago.
Wait, so when Zaj says fine on the conditions of what Pavel said, is he saying fine like you don't have to do this, or
like the prisoners are in your
the prisoners in. Yeah, that we get to keep the prisoners, and he's not going to
Okay.
talk about them to anyone.
yeah.
understood?
I mean, hopefully.
Yeah, we can hope.
You have his word, whatever that means.
Do we get the impression that these murders are happening inside the gate or outside the gate?
He hasn't investigated it so far. You just know that the bodies have been dumped in Insight Park, which is inside the gate.
Gotcha. So he's probably going to let us through on the
Yes.
promise that we're doing this. Gotcha.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Well, there are at the bottom it says if failure to comply.
It seems like failure to comply basically just means it's null and void, and we just turn in our badges. That's it.
He doesn't mention. Oh, so he does 200 gold pieces in my gratitude.
Mm-hmm.
So that's per person. We're each signing this. We're each gonna get 200 gold pieces.
Mhm.
Awesome.
All right, that's a lot of money.
A lot of money.
I have 8 right now, so that's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I have 2 and a silver, so I'm going to sign this.
Okay. And yeah, Dara and Goran look around and they choose not to sign it, and they tell you all, it looks like we're needed right here, actually. And they look around at all the refugees and the people that are suffering here, and they say, if you want to find us, we'll be out here helping those that aren't living in the comforts of the city walls.
That's very noble of you, and I wish you all the best in Ilmater's name.
In Ilmater's name. You feel as you speak to them, like the cords on your wrist get a little tight and uncomfortable, but not in a bad way, just as like a reminder that they're there.
I'll note that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say, I'm glad I met you all. And look at Clyde.
Clyde will say.
Goat, I know.
Clyde will be really happy with that. Mm-hmm. He'll kind of like nudge you with his head a little bit, and walk away with the 2 others. But your dogs are with you.
Yay.
And your panther.
Where does Tom go?
Oh, Tom's one of the prisoners with you guys. Well, he's not really a prisoner.
I was supposed to say he's free.
Might
Yeah,
actually
he
get him
asked.
easier if he's a prisoner.
Yeah, he asked. Yeah, can I get on this? And looking at you guys,
Investigate murders?
I don't know how helpful I'll be. I'm a gardener.
You know, Tom, I know that you didn't care for the Sinclairs and you wanted to get away from there, but I do need a gardener.
You do? Oh,
I
back there?
yes.
Oh my gosh.
What?
The place of the trauma.
I mean, you know, I am prepared to release you from my service, but maybe just take a sabbatical, get some R&R, and then, you know, let me know if maybe you have some other ideas. I have a really dynamite. Oh, that's not a word I would know. A real fireball of an idea. With,
Oh, I like that. Mm-hmm. Okay.
With those plants and the vineyards. So, just they don't need people anymore.
I don't know if I trust that. Make a persuasion check.
Okay.
Because he's looking between like this crime-filled city with murders and back at the estate where at least there's some the Celier. Oh. I'll take up your offer on the R&R, but I don't think I'm gonna do it here. I'm gonna go see how Waterdeep's doing, I think. Gotta be better than this place. He just walks away.
All right. Well,
Goodbye, Tom.
good luck, Tom. Good luck. Best to you.
All right, so you sign your papers, Vin. Did I hear you sign?
Yes, yeah, I would say.
Yes. Okay. They let you in to Baldur's Gate.
Hooray, step one.
Yes. So Insight Park is down this way. Let me see if I have. I think I have a map that actually has that sort of stuff on it. So let me find that. Yeah, so it would be right down here. You see this little tiny patch of green all the way down here. That is Insight Park.
Where is my parents' house?
Ooh.
Your parents' house. Would you say your parents were wealthy or not?
I think it might make more sense for them to be in the lower city.
Yeah.
Especially if they have a high trade and catering with animals and other things like that.
Okay. Yeah, I
Probably
would
better
say.
off than most in the lower city, I assume.
Yeah. This portion of lower city is called Brampton. So they would be in the Brampton portion, which is not as close to the docks, which can be pretty scary, but is a good place for trade.
Okay, cool.
What about the orphanages for Eudora and Pavel?
Yes. Those actually are usually over in this portion of the upper city, where there is a lot of religious temples and things. And there's also the orphanages in this area.
Okay.
Mhm.
May I ask, maybe also on Pavel's behalf, how familiar are we with each section of the city?
Pavel, well, both of you have been there pretty much your whole life, so I would say you're very familiar with all the
great.
sections. I would say, yeah, because you were children in upper city orphanages and you were patrolling as Flaming Fists. I feel like you've experienced all of Baldur's Gate, so you would be good to navigate through it.
Okay, great, thank you.
Yeah. All right.
So, guys, I think Pavel and I really know the city, so let's start sleuthing. Y'all can follow our lead. I'll tell you where things are.
I mean, I think we should start with delivering the prisoners so that they're taken care of.
I agree. We don't. Need to
Oh,
carry
that's
them
right.
around.
That's right. We have them with us. Pavel,
Where's the bathhouse?
there was like that letter that you showed them. I just caught the end of it, but you're employed directly by the Duke?
Yes.
What for? Are you like really powerful and like, I mean, the Dukes
No.
are like the top tier of top tier.
No, I mean, I suppose I mean I got us in. I got the prisoners in. No questions asked. I don't really know. I didn't know whether that would work. And I don't know what else I can do. I just have a job to do.
What's your job to do?
Is it a bad job?
Oh no.
Oh no.
May I insight check, please?
Oh gosh.
Whatever he says.
Oh my god. Did someone roll deception for me? Where did that come from?
No idea.
I think he
Did I
rolled
do
that
that?
accidentally
I may have.
earlier. Yeah, it was a while back. So.
Okay. Okay, sorry.
No
I just looked. I was like, "What? Where did that come from?" So Pavel is definitely like shifty right now. I don't know that it's bad or that it's good. It's just
You didn't really
it's
ask
just
that sort of
work.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, this I got involved with this because it was a way out of the city after I got Rolf's fiance murdered.
Oh,
I didn't ask a lot of questions. I was really desperate, and this was a golden opportunity for me.
so you're not in any kind of trouble, right?
No.
Can I insight
course
check?
not.
Yeah, I was about to say insight check. opposed to those
Yeah, go
rolls.
for it. Wow.
Whoa.
Nice.
Pavel, do you want to roll deception
Man, I don't. I
Or
guess I
you're not
seem really
sure?
suspicious. Just,
Yeah.
I mean, Pavel. You asked Pavel if he was in trouble, and what you get from that is this is the first time he's contemplated whether this might be trouble.
Yeah.
Well, Pavel, I think
He was he was very forthright about like doing this out of desperation.
Yeah.
right. I think if you end up being in trouble, I think we'll be here to help. But I guess if you don't know, I guess we'll find out.
Pavel, are you still doing this job, or did it stop when El Terrell, disappeared?
I was reassigned by Ravengard, who is one of the few people that had the authority to do something with this contract to El Terrell, and until I'm released from the contract, I think I'm still beholden to the council.
Okay. You're beholden to the council, but do you have like a specific current mission that you need to be doing right now?
Who's the work in Candlekeep? Can we leave it at that?
Of course, guys. I think we've asked enough.
All right.
Eudora looks a little concerned, is all she'll say. All right. Well, off to your friend Duke Mortlock then, Pavel.
Yep, Morty.
All right.
Right.
Great. Duke's son, Mortlock, here we come.
Okay.
I think Pavel will lead the way, right? Because I
Yeah.
don't think I would know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's a few places you could look for him. There is a tavern that he frequents at night. There is his house, the villa. And there is the meeting place that you guys had near the bathhouse?
If I go to if I take us to the bathhouse area, that section of town, do I know if there's like, someone that works from there that could like deliver a message and say, hey, Pavel's in town and he wants to see you?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think we can do that.
I think that's the idea, and we just hang out at the old meeting place.
Okay. All right. So you go near the bathhouse, and you realize that this is actually an alley that's right next to the bathhouse. You didn't really think about that before, that it's near a bathhouse, because bathhouses didn't really mean anything in particular until recently. But yeah, it's an alley like right near the bathhouse, and you see a man in a cloak just smoking a cigar. And Pavel, is that you?
Yeah, Bob, it's me.
There's all these folks. Who are you bringing around here?
Oh, these are friends, and these are prisoners. I want to talk to Morty, introduce my friends to my friends, and give him some prisoners. I think he'll be very interested. Could you set that up?
I suppose so, but not here. Meet at the Low Lantern.
How come?
We don't want this kind of crowd around here. Just you and me, that's fine. This
Fair
crowd,
enough.
not cool.
I never figured out the intricacies of your
I don't know why Morty likes you, Pavel.
processes.
I really don't know. I'll let him know, though.
Thanks, Bob.
Peace.
All right. So we're going to the Low Lantern.
You ought to see.
Is that the normal tavern, or
Yes.
that I recognize, or is it okay?
Yeah, it's a normal tavern. It's not like some sort of like it doesn't trip you as being abnormal or anything. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay. You arrive at the Low Lantern, which you realize is actually a ship off of a dock that has been turned into a bar for shady people. It is not a tavern, it's just a bar, sorry, that I said tavern earlier. But yeah, so they don't really look the other way. It's a commingled group of lots of different people. And a lot of them wearing cloaks and hiding themselves. But Vin, this seems kind of familiar to your dream. Like, it's not the same ship, but it seems like maybe that was in this area.
I'd like to hide my flaming fist, anything.
Good call.
Cover it up with commoner's clothes, like traveling clothes that I had on.
Yeah.
When I see Eudora do this, I will also do it.
Pavel really doesn't have this criminal thing going.
Yeah. Can I have a conversation with Camilla? Like, I know like, we did a lot of walking around in there, so like somewhere in there, I'll have a conversation. Hey, Camilla, real quick. You sort of know people in this city, right? More Hellrider-y people, right?
I think yeah, her mic just went out.
Oh no!
On the Discord. Can you hear us? Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Do you want to just reply that way? Oh, never mind. She dropped out.
Oh, we'll see.
Oh, I hear it. Do you?
You hear me? You hear me? Yes.
Yep,
Yeah?
I hear you.
Okay.
Sorry.
No worries.
Hey, it
There's
happens.
like the USB has a little button that turns it on and off, and sometimes my foot hits it.
Oh.
Oops.
It takes me a minute. Sorry, it just doesn't want to come back on. Anyways, I'm so sorry. Sure, Ben. Sorry, what were you asking?
I mean, you probably know a few Hell Riders in the city, right?
Well, Hell Rider. Well, no, I mean, I left to join the Hell Riders, but I don't think I've
Oh.
ever.
You've never met any from here. Okay. Never mind then.
Not that I know of. I can. Sorry.
No, that's fine.
But yeah, it's not a wholly bad place.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, they don't have salt. We'll have to figure out salt. But,
Sure.
There's that sure response again.
Yep.
Sure.
Very classic Jamila, sure.
Yep.
Just roll with the punches.
I want the sure to become a thing. Okay.
I think obviously not during their conversation, but while we're walking at some point, Eudora will definitely let them know the lowdown of what to do, what not to do, how to not stand out, how to look tough so people don't pick on you, because it is a city where you might get encounters. So like how to avoid encounters and stuff. I'm also gonna cover up with like some type of extra clothing the manacles that our prisoners have, just so that it's not blatantly obvious that they're prisoners.
Okay, great. Yeah, I forgot there was some art of the lower city, so you can kind of get a feel for how it is.
Cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right. Okay.
How's my cat doing?
She's getting a lot of looks, but mostly in fear. A few that are in like, I want to steal that. But it's still daytime, and you do see like flaming fist patrols. So you think it's safe, right now.
Okay, I am gonna ride her though.
Okay, amazing. You do see, just some signs of jealousy, some signs of fear, throughout as you travel. All right. Do you approach the bar? There are some tables. There's a bar, and then there's like a little performing area, and then just a standard bar situation going on. But you're on top of a ship, which makes it like a scenic place.
What next?
Well, you might be muted.
So yeah, are we on the deck or like below deck?
There's on the deck is for the bar patrons. Below deck is for reserved people. So you would be on the deck right now.
Okay. I think we just enjoy ourselves. Get some drinks for us and our friends. I say, like, looking at Zadius and Volus and the other one.
Mm-hmm.
We just wait for Mortlock.
Oh, all right.
All right.
I'd like to try and find a corner. Is there like a corner open?
It's all like open in the air. But yeah, you could find like an end of the ship where there's a table like a little bit pushed away, that you can sit and watch everyone
Great.
else. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll definitely push the prisoners in and just watch them.
Okay. You see a waitress come over to your table. Well, all right. What are you having?
Around.
Yeah.
All right, copper person.
All
I
right.
was tossed her a silver.
All right, honey. Coming right up. And
I'll give copper to Tamila.
there you
Same.
go. She comes
yeah.
back with a round of nasty, watered-down beers and gives them to y'all.
Awesome.
Just like home.
Yeah.
Oh wait, this is home.
Yeah.
I just like smell it.
I put the ales in front of the prisoners, and they can drink it if they so choose. But I just
Oh,
wanna
they
make it
chug
look
them
like-
then.
Great. I make it look like we're all enjoying and having a good time, and we're all willingly there.
Yep.
I pass my drink over to one of the prisoners.
I'll pass mine to the other, so they have two.
Nice. Yeah, they
Yeah.
chug it. Not even just pushing past the water down. They're also like, yeah, this is my kind of beer.
Yeah. Good for them.
How's Volus acting? Is she at home here, or is she upset or unhappy? She's been very quiet.
Yeah, she is. You can see her looking around for contacts and seeing if she recognizes people. And same with the other two. They're all like, yeah, this is a good place to be. And they're just feeling comfortable here.
Yeah, I like to just constantly be watching them.
Do I get a sense from Volus because I had used charm person on her, and after that ended, she knew that she had been magically charmed.
Yeah.
How did her disposition toward me change after that, if it did at all?
It's much more calculating and more watching your movements. And she's been keeping silent on purpose. She doesn't want to say she said too much.
Okay.
She kind of wants you to not notice her. And when you do notice her, she looks uncomfortable.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Probably about an hour comes by and this hulking dude shows up.
Oh, that's Mortlock.
That's Mortlock.
Dang.
Ooh.
I wave my hand to flag him over.
Pavel.
Hello, Mortlock.
Come with me.
It's been a while. You wanna? Okay. And I.
He takes you downstairs. And if any of you choose try to follow, he holds up a hand don't follow.
Ooh. Okay. I'll say put.
He looks
I look
scary
at-
as fuck, dude.
I look at Tamila.
She'll say
And
that out
I'm-
loud to you, Dora, after they're out of, after they go down. After they go down.
Yeah. Okay.
You don't want to go follow?
Do you want me to go follow?
I don't know. You're small and less noticeable. Don't follow.
Literally.
Just see where he goes, so that in case something happens, we can know where to go and help him.
Okay, I can.
Is
see
that a
what I
good
can do.
idea? Is that a bad idea?
Oh, it's
No,
probably a bad idea, but it's
Oh,
better.
definitely
than,
bad. Yeah.
Better than the other idea, which is just letting that large man beat up Pavel downstairs for several minutes.
Just don't get too close.
I'm gonna look at Shadow and say, stay by Eudora. And I feel like she's a little too noticeable.
Mhm.
And I would like to kind of surreptitiously go over and try to blend in, and at some
Mhm.
point I want to hide somewhere near the steps going down. Hopefully
Okay.
I can get a view down there or earshot down there.
Make a stealth check.
12.
All right.
Not having a great moment.
You notice as you're by the stairs that there is a guard there, with their arms crossed, that seems to be very aware of their surroundings. Mortlock approaches the guard, gives him a nod, and the guard nods back, and Mortlock points to Pavel, and the guard nods again, and Mortlock goes down the stairs. Pavel, do you follow?
Yes, this is my friend. Of course I go down the stairs.
Good, good.
Pavel. What are you doing?
Oh, I know it's been a long time, but I can explain everything.
Okay.
Raven Guard reassigned me. Okay? That's where it gets started. I can't do anything about that. He sent me to Elton.
Man, he's always on us. He's always fucking on us, man.
But I mean, there is a silver lining, right? Like, I was at Elturel. I saw what happened there. I arrested cultists that were involved in some crazy stuff on the night that Elturel vanished, and they are here, and I want to give them to you.
Just as a gift? No strings?
I mean, a ransom would be great, but I could have left them at the gate. I could have turned them into the garrison. I brought them to you, Morty, because I like you.
Make a persuasion check for me. See how much he likes you.
Oh boy. Why did I not pick enhanceability?
Use a DM inspiration if you have it.
I already used it. I don't have it. Okay.
You can do it.
It's a plus
Okay.
2.
Okay.
Well, how about this? We interrogate him, figure out what knowledge can be benefit to us, then we give you money accordingly to whatever knowledge they can provide.
Okay.
Okay.
That sounds reasonable. You know, I think you should know that I talked to one of them, and they specifically requested the Van Pers. So I don't know. I think you might have an in with these guys. I think they're going to be real valuable to you.
Okay. All right. As a gesture of my trust, here's some money.
He hands you a pouch with 20 gold. Just what he had on him.
Oh, Mortlock, this is... I kind of give him like a punch on the arm, which is just, he doesn't feel it.
Yeah, he doesn't fucking move at all.
Yeah. The other thing that I wanted to check in on is, you know, I've got some friends that I've made in Elturel, and they're great. They're really something. Maybe there's a place for them in the organization as well.
I'll have my agents watch them. If they prove to be as trustworthy as you say, maybe we loop them in.
Great. I'm not worried at all. They're the best.
All right, Pavel. Any news on your mission?
I mean, I've been away. But remind me the terms of the contract. If I return over to you the information that you're looking for, that's it. I'm free.
That's it.
I look around. Is there anyone else in the room?
No, there is not. We'll make a perception just in case Someone's hiding.
Okay. Okay.
You don't see anyone. You know the guard is at the top of the stairs, but you are in like the back of this under deck area where there are many tables, but it's empty right now. Besides you and Mortlock, and just a few candles lighting it.
I'm gonna lean in, and I'm gonna say, I think I've got something. If you can arrange for the completion of the contract, I think we can make the deal. We can make the trade.
He's just gonna eye you real quick, to see if you're telling the truth.
You didn't think I'd be gone for 6 weeks and come back empty-handed?
Yeah.
All right. The rest of. Well, my brother and I would like to hear this, and he will want to be there in person. Let's arrange a meeting tomorrow at the villa. We'll make sure Mother and Father aren't there.
Give me a second. My dog is like freaking out.
Oh.
Hey, what's going on?
Your dog's probably freaking out because of the voice. The dog's like, I don't recognize this voice. Danger! Stranger danger!
My gosh, I wasn't expecting him to just be a teddy bear. He's awesome.
He looks scary though.
Yep.
I mean, especially compared to Pavel, who's like a skinny boy, you know?
Yeah.
He's just like all bones and skin.
Mm-hmm.
Just clobber him.
Okay. Yeah, I think that was it. He said to meet him at the villa tomorrow. He'll make sure that it's just you and the brother meeting. Him, and the brother meeting.
Okay. That and I guess I probably shouldn't bring my friends, right? Private affairs. Okay.
Yes, just us.
Right.
Should I take the prisoners now?
Yeah. That'd be great.
All right, point them out to me.
Sure.
He walks up the stairs.
Yeah. And without actually pointing at them, I tell them which ones they are just by their appearance.
Okay. You see him point to three people at the bar, and they all come to him, and they each take one of the prisoners by the elbow and start leading them out of the bar, and Mortlock walks behind them.
I want to flash a thumbs up to Z Daddy.
He just scowls at you. Yeah, I think that's it. The scowls.
No words.
Yeah. All right. You are free of the prisoners at last.
Oh, goodness. Always worried they're gonna run away. All right.
I'm gonna come sit back, join them. back down.
Pavel, you weren't killed. That's amazing.
Yeah, no, he's great. I know he looks scary, but he is just a big cuddly guy. Don't no, he is so nice.
Oh, that's great to hear. Okay, I was worried for nothing then. So what? He just took him and we go to the Duke now?
He gave me some money, kind of an upfront, and I sort of put it out on the table, 20 gold. That's kind of an upfront. Might be getting. I'm meeting with him tomorrow. We might be getting more if the prisoners turned out to be useful.
All right. And so we go see the Duke now? Like, he's gonna tell her that.
I asked him about you guys and getting you all in, and he said that he would have his people keep an eye on you. So just be just be yourselves, do good work, and it'll probably work itself out.
Right?
Right.
Yeah.
Alright.
I'm a little confused. We definitely want to be working for him. Yes?
I think we decided it furthers our goals.
Okay. Because he doesn't seem like a great guy, and...
Oh, he just said he was a teddy bear. I think we should believe him.
Yeah.
Actually, I'll roll an insight check and see if I believe Pavel.
Yeah.
If you don't mind. Let's see. Because dude does not look like a teddy bear.
Yeah. So Pavel definitely believes what he's saying is true, but I mean, I think you figured out that Pavel is not a reliable judge of character.
Is fair. I guess Vin will just say, yeah, if we get to the point where he makes us an offer, I think we probably will have to spend some time thinking about that offer.
Well, I guess we can think about it when we get there.
Right.
All right, so we just wait until tomorrow then? We just wait for someone to look at us?
There is the murder spree happening by the park.
Oh, we can work on that while we wait.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, shall we?
Yeah.
Okay.
Probably a
Yeah, I
good
guess.
call.
All right.
And we are marginally, more stealthy without 3 extra people, so that's good at least.
Mm-hmm.
I've improved. I know y'all were giving me the stink eye earlier outside the gate, but I think I've really made improvements. I think it's just all the armor that the city guards, that the Flaming Fist people wear. I mean, I took off the heavy stuff.
Is that smart? Are you gonna be squishy now?
I was about to say, if you need your armor, you should wear your armor.
I mean, I sold it though, so I think it'll be better for us if I'm not clinking and clanking all over the place.
All right, if you say so.
I believe you guys are going to the Insight Park.
Yep.
Okay. We will call it a night there then and pick up next time investigating the murders at Insight Park.